guys are adventuring in the lands of Toivoa. Specifically, you are far south and to the east at the moment, way down here in Uthurg, where you have come seeking a moonstone and a job for the Lost Lore Company, a rival adventuring guild to the Longstreets Consortium, who have managed to, through market manipulation, force people to work with them in order to gain profit. As you guys were hard up for money, you paid them for the opportunity to have a map that led you somewhere out into this snowy landscape. And you have been tasked with acquiring a castle. No small feat. After some research, you've discovered that the castle is home to the Gloam. Some strange, vicious, territorial, and nastiness elves that couldn't possibly be reasoned with. Last session, you guys dealt with Ramoras and made friends with Yetis. Sweet August Rose did some reconnaissance, and that's where we're going to be picking up as you guys are in the snow about to head north, away from where you met the Yetis.
They're in the snow. I'm in the sludge.
Correct. Some of us are less chill than others.
So we went into the mansion and we did the heroes feast.
Correct.
I don't think we actually did the long rest though, did we?
I don't believe we actually checkmarked it, but you can do so now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm topped up on everything, so I'm fine. Yeah, Rose immediately hopped out after 4 hours of trance and to go do that while all of you guys were sleeping.
Sure.
Are we out of the mansion now, or is everyone?
Does anyone want to do anything before you come out of the mansion? I will ask that way.
Aimer's good.
Everyone's good. Okay. So
Aimer is, but
Yeah.
I'm not hearing any opposition.
Well, so what I'm concerned about is Testu still making a giant steam cloud from
he is.
Yeah. Okay. So.
And Sweet August Rose has been granted inspiration by the Twitch
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Give me more inspiration whenever I use it.
Yeah.
Thank you, chat. Testu, can you leave that thing behind? Because I want to approach this hunting party stealthily. I want to see what they're capable of if they try to take down one of those mammoths. And I mean, I could try to make it stealthier, but I don't think I can hide that. She says as she points to the column of steam rising up from the area around him.
I mean, how would you feel if you were out hunting and a bunch of heavily armed, very magical individuals were trying to sneak up on you?
I mean, I really don't care. I want to be able to see what they do before they know we're there. If anything, if they can see, well, it's just, look, I just think it'd be better if we set up a blind and see how capable they are. What they can do.
Yeah, I mean, so Testu and I didn't, we're not really accustomed to the cold. So that could be an issue. And the cube is really the only way to go for us.
Yeah.
all the code.
I mean, let me put it this way. You generate your own heat. That's wonderful for you. But we are more chill in our veins, so to speak. Let's just say that I step outside this cube for too long, I'm going to go into a hibernation. And you're going to learn the word of the day is bruminate.
I mean, do we need everyone to go?
Will that kill you?
If you get into battle, it might be a hassle if you got into battle. There may be some other options.
Is there a way that we could retreat quickly? Don't know magic. Is there
Well,
something?
protection from energy would give us resistance to cold. That's probably good enough.
Well, how about this as a suggestion? Instead of trying to sneak up and spy on people who are, as we hear, eyes and ears everywhere in the snow, how about we approach as fellow hunters and ask if they would like to join us to hunt a mammoth?
Because we don't know how they react to strangers.
Yeah, I mean we're technically hunting on their territory at that point.
So,
All right.
Eric,
Well, tell you
the
what.
etherealness,
Oh, go ahead.
the etherealness spell, um, basically it suggests that you travel in the ethereal realm, which is a shadow realm here, and you can't interact with anything on the prime material plane, and it can't interact with you, but you can travel. And then when you decide to pop out, you pop out wherever you are on the prime material plane. Am I reading that correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Depending on the
And then,
specific spell. Certain spells you have to return
right.
to your
Well, I'm
body,
looking.
etc.
Yeah, look at this one I posted in the chat. I think that's what
Etherealness.
it's saying.
Okay.
I could also just do a divination to see if approaching them openly would be a wise option.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you would return to the plane you left in the spot that corresponds. Yeah, you would appear where you are, or as close to as possible.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember.
I can only do 4 people though. Yeah, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 or 6. We got 6, don't we?
Yeah,
Including
6.
you, we have 6. Yeah.
But I
Mhm.
mean, Amer
Yeah.
and I, we can actually sneak up on them. Brennan too. He's pretty sneaky too.
Well, I was thinking we could go ethereal all the way to the inside of the castle, find an empty hallway, and pop out. But I don't think you guys can sneak that far. And then we can't communicate. We have no way of telling you where we are.
I mean, that's if we're gonna go full assault mode. Yes.
Yeah, well, I mean, alternatively, we could just try to steal the Moonstone and
Mhm.
anything interesting not nailed down. That's another option. We could just avoid talking to them altogether.
I
Though,
mean,
if they catch us, we'll probably have to fight our way out.
that's a there's different perspectives, and I think we keep asking like, what is it that we're doing? Like, are we really? Are you trying to get this castle for money? Are we trying to leverage these people to help us fight our common enemies? Do we want the moonstones? I mean, we could look at it in the way that we paid for the map in order to find the moonstones and just steal them, and we might be done.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they don't seem
Yeah, I don't
like
have a
people that
problem
we
with
should
that.
be driving from their homes for a profit. That would certainly make us villains, no matter how you slice it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not on board for
starting to
that.
worry about that. Yeah, I'm starting to worry about that a little bit. I wouldn't mind talking to them, see what their disposition is. If they,
Unless they're
that's a nut ass.
total assholes,
that's what
then I
I'm saying.
might be
Fit right
convinced.
in.
I mean, but
That's right.
here's
If
the
they are,
problem. I think they're going to be total assholes if because they don't. I mean, like, who are we anyway? They're going to be assholes to us.
If we break into their castle and sneak into their castle, I think anybody would attack strangers in their castle. That's why I think it'd be wise to just try to watch them hunt and see what their disposition is like.
I mean, what would you learn of us from watching us hunt?
How strong we are, how deadly we are.
Well, we know they're strong and deadly. They've been able to hold vast territory in a place with yetis, trolls, remoras, and building-sized wendigos.
But how strong they are, like how strong an individual hunter is.
Well, there's rocks still standing too, and they're.
I mean, we could do both.
They barely have functional government.
There's jokes there. We could we could just I mean, we could scout them And again, we could do that stealthily or invisible or using magic and to see what we're up against, and then go try to get the moonstone so we have that knowledge, maybe to inform our buffs and everything.
Yeah, if they seem receptive to talking, we'll talk to them. If they seem hostile to strangers, we'll try to sneak in instead to get the moonstone.
Seems like a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we do have a particular
Oh.
option that as a people, you know, on the international stage, the King of Karth has come to acknowledge their power and formidable technological knowledge.
Yeah, we could use that angle. I don't.
Oh,
Brendan
Oh,
thinking
okay.
like a hunter. He's thinking anything else is going to be seen as encroaching on their territory and property, pretty much.
I think if they had actual technological knowledge, Melage Rock wouldn't be standing anymore. They're probably just using what was in the castle.
Yes.
But and that's they have what was left in the castle. But
Well,
then again, at the same
That's
time,
another good reason. That'd be another good reason to watch their hunting parties, see what they can do.
Yeah.
Eric, did when Rose saw the hunting party leave, did they have those weird like tools and things she'd never seen before, or were they
Yes.
just like, carrying normal bows and?
Oh no, they absolutely had very exotic weapons.
Okay, yeah, and that's another reason.
I can make the
And one
entire
more thing
party
to-
invisible.
Yeah, one more thing to toss on the pile. The weird technology that's within that castle and in use by them. Do we want someone as repugnant as the Lost Lore Company to have access to that?
Oh no, we wouldn't have left any of that standing. We would have literally given them a barren castle with nothing left in it.
Yeah, Mr. Stain did say we could keep
Well-
whatever we found in the castle if we took it.
Yeah.
Well,
so I wouldn't have
To
given
be
them.
honest, I mean, yeah, I mean, we finished the job. We said we'd clear the castle. We cleared the castle. It's not our fault that a dragon moved in. I
But,
mean, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah. I would invisibility cover? And she points at the steam. That
No.
no.
So
Or, you know, the
no,
the
it'll
path
cover.
of the
It'll
large
help
party
us
moving
be
through the
stealthy.
snow.
Yeah, it'll help us be stealthy. Echo can fly, so I'm pretty sure, you know, he can fly high enough and probably be okay. There are dragons about, you know, they'll probably see us. But I was just saying, you know, we have invisibility for an hour. When we want to
Oh.
pull that trigger, we can. At least it evens the odds with the elves, I would think.
Oh yes, the dragons. The three dragons they have guarding it. They could see into the ethereal plane. I'm sorry, the astral plane. They saw me as I approached. Didn't seem to care much though.
Well, Testadane is going to sit down for a moment and do his divination. And I've put it in the side chat where
Okay.
he says, and of course, you got to be dramatic when you're talking to the gods.
Oh.
You know, the gloams stride this land they call their home, standing above monsters and beasts alike. We, the spirits and fellowship, would seek to know them, would approaching them openly and honestly yield the results we seek.
Ooh, that's kind of vague, though.
Well, yeah, you don't want to go too specific on divination. That's how you get your fucking genie wishes.
Yeah.
I mean, is it going to be like, will they attack us?
I mean, if your answer is yes, does it mean we're going to get rich, or we're going to get, you know, or we're going to have to? Yeah, I don't know. It's a little open ended, I think.
Yeah, I think that the response here, in order to be truthful, because that is the requirement of the GM in this case, is
Yeah, roll 0 though.
yeah. Yeah, I think that the best answer for that is unclear.
What's the magic 8-ball response?
Ask again later.
Ask again later. Yeah. Just because it's unsure as to what exactly you seek. So without knowing what the goal is, it's kind of hard for me to answer one way or the other on that. I can say that you may, if you guys told me, hey, our goal is to kill everybody, and that's what we're seeking, that's one answer. If it's we want diplomacy and want to get out of this without an issue, That's a different answer. If it's
I see. I
that's
thought I was covering that under like we seek to know them.
oh, okay.
But I realized that was a little blurry.
Yeah,
I didn't
that.
sleep last night, so I'm.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
you
you're
just-
not sleeping.
Yeah, reply
I got a
hazy.
lot of work
Try
done.
again. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're getting some sort of interdimensional static.
I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and. correct
Oh
that.
no, on the divination.
Oh, on the
not
divination.
not
Okay,
on,
okay.
Not on the soundboard.
Understood.
Yeah, just if you guys want to do the invisibility later, maybe to sneak up on the castle or whatever, it's good for an hour, but it does take a wish. So that'd be my 9th level for the day. Just heads up.
Keep that in reserve. Like I said. Okay, so tell you what, we'll approach, and then we'll have like how tall does that steam cloud go before it's dissipating?
Oh, I'd
Or
say
or
40
refreezing.
feet. 40 feet before it starts snowing again.
Or it refreezes back into
Snow again? Yeah.
Okay, you know what?
We don't have
Well-
anything that's like a flash recall or something because there's stealthy people. Like if there's a way we could get out of there if we're in trouble, is what I'm thinking.
We have teleports. We have word of recall.
Oh yeah, I mean we can get out of there if we want to push the oh shit button. I mean, Echo's got like 3 of those. So
But
we're
Aimer,
So-
Aimer, what's the range on your walkie-talkie?
A mile, I believe.
Okay, so I think because that steam isn't too bad. If we stay in like a copse of woods or there's some natural terrain we can hide behind, Testu can stay hidden without approaching or getting too close. He can still be nearby if something goes down, and we could still observe from like a good vantage point. Rose approached that area while she was projecting. Was there any good vantage point where the group could watch the hunt?
From how far away would you like to consider that? Because getting close, the dragon saw you even across the plains.
Yeah.
So how far are we talking?
Well, wait, did one of the dragons join them on the hunt?
I didn't answer that. You didn't see
Yeah.
them actually leave that. You didn't see them leave for the hunt. You saw them preparing to leave.
Yeah. And the dragons are all outside.
Correct. As far as you saw one.
Well, you know what? Well, let's just approach, and once we get a little closer, we can see if we can find some terrain to hide the steam cloud under. And Rose will cast the area we're heading to is fairly close by, right?
Where you saw the mammoths? Yes.
You thinking like pass without trace or something?
Well, yeah, she's gonna cast Pass Without a Trace. Like, how close? Like an
Yeah.
hour, 2-hour walk away?
Probably 45 minutes. Yeah. Less than an hour.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well,
I can.
yeah, we'll start walking towards there. Yeah, if you want to do it, that's fine. I can save my key.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Once we get within like 20 minutes away, he can cast Pass Without a Trace, and then we can try to get a little closer. And then once we get close, we can try to figure out what we do with the steam cloud.
Sure.
I will be right back though. So.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. So, as he goes, is there anything else you guys would like to do before getting to that area?
The usual 9th level aid on Tessidinidae, Ricard, and Amer's 5th level aid on Brennan, Rose, and Echo.
Okay.
So plus 40 for the first 3, plus 20 for the second 3.
Awesome.
is that the
Thank you.
max hit points?
Max hit points, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
And
That's
we
all.
did a hero's feast, right? What was the
Affirmative.
goal on that?
We did.
If I scroll
Let
up,
me
it should
see.
be in here.
Did I roll it? 15.
That's 15, yeah.
Okay, so that stacks. So make sure to add another 15 to
Yeah.
your max HP.
No, that's is that max or temp? I thought those were temps. Let me look it up.
Their maximum.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Increases
Okay.
your maximum by that amount. It's pretty damn awesome.
Yeah. Maximum stack temps don't, right?
Yep.
Correct. Temp overrides.
Cool.
Very good.
Awesome.
Yeah, I guess that's it.
Cool.
Let's roll.
Awesome. So we're going to go ahead and have you guys make it over to there. And we're going to... Oh, looks like something happened there. Apologize.
Oh.
All right. Here we go. There you guys are. And you'll find yourselves at the bottom center of the map here. Bottom left corner.
Those are some big mammoths.
There's some big mammoths.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they are in packs. Familial groups.
Well, of course, they're pachyderms.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is where we want to do the pass without trace and the stealth checks, I think.
If this is where you would like to do it, this would be a pretty good place.
Aimer will invoke the walkie-talkie.
For how long, sir?
We're gonna find out, aren't we? How long are you stuck listening to Aimer, guys? How do you think? 3 hours. 3 hours of Aimer in your head.
I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Talks to you.
All right. I think Brennan's going to do the pass without trace, and I'll go ahead and make a stealth roll, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. And we want to find a vantage point too. Is there anything we could roll for that to try to find a good hiding place for Testy Din today?
You see some rocky places. Where you guys would like to be.
All right, so I'm gonna roll my stealth.
I do need stealth checks from anyone who wishes to be stealthy, and they need to stay within a certain distance of Brennan.
All right, so I have a 48 stealth.
All right, so
And-
you don't exist.
And I'm going invisible.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm a figment of everyone's imagination unless you have true sight or see invisibility. Well, actually,
Who
probably-
says that you have to say unless?
I gotta take that. That's true. Actually, with a 48 stealth, I'm gonna see someone find me.
48 stealth, you can hide even from your inner demons.
Find me now is where I count this.
I mean,
Hey,
Brennan's a pro 30, so
Brennan,
yeah.
put your 30 foot aura on yourself.
I can do that for you.
Yeah, thanks.
30-foot aura around Brennan. We'll just make this some nice light color here.
Yeah, I think Echo's going to fly mostly, so he can keep from leaving footprints in the snow, kind of thing.
Okay.
He'll be about 20 feet off the ground.
Cool. Now, as a question, did you guys want to bring any of the Yetis with you this far?
Probably not, because the Yetis sounded like they were on bad terms with the Gloam, and this is
Indeed.
That's
Yeah,
the whole
trying
reason
to,
why they were here. That's the reason why we wanted them.
Yeah, I mean, we were going to throw down, but
well for the castle attack. If we decide to attack, like this is just a hunting party. Oh, let me roll my stealth.
Destin is just kind of trundling along wherever he walks. It looks like a Remoraz has come by lately and just melted the snow as it passed underneath it.
Oh gosh. So there's like an obvious path. Okay.
Yeah, but who's going to go looking for a Remoraz?
Well, I mean, it's okay.
yeah, there's no obvious path.
Yeah.
That makes sense. We could try to go back and cover it.
So I rolled a 39.
That's pretty
Brennan,
good.
can you roll, or can you go towards the shadows a little bit? Because so I can stay within the.
Oh, I see. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, well, we can take cover behind these ruins.
So I am going to roll
Yeah.
the mammoth's perception check just because I gotta. We're good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Rose will.
And we need Aimer to move too, I think.
Just 5 more feet.
Amber's
If
sitting
I-
on the edge.
I just
Okay.
want to get to one of these shadows so she can go invisible. Just
Got it.
thank you. All right, she will use her shadows. It's not shadow step. I forgot what it's called.
Meld with shadow or something like that.
It's features. Well, we have to give the book its due and use the proper names. Cloak of Shadows. There we go.
Yes.
And she will use an action to go invisible in the shadow.
Cool.
And I will use the ninja icon to represent that because it seems appropriate.
Would be ninjas.
I mean, I'm always a ninja.
I'm also invisible.
There we go. And yeah, she's just gonna start waiting to see if the hunting party arrives. And over the link, she is gonna say, "So yeah, this was the herd I saw earlier." Oh shoot, are we too late? I could have sworn there was another pack. There was 4 packs. Am I going crazy, or am I misremembering that? Is the player misremembering that? Because that was a week ago for me.
It has been time. Perhaps things moved while you guys were resting.
Or because it's been 4 hours since she traveled here.
Yeah. Wildlife moves. They don't just stay still.
Yeah. Do we all want to take cover in the rocks?
Probably a good idea. I mean,
I'm just a snowdrift. You can't see me.
Brennan,
Yeah, I mean,
basically, he's saying that you don't need to worry about him.
Yeah, even without your aura, I have a 38 stealth. I'm not much of seeing me. Plus, I'm invisible. So he's literally just snowdrift.
I'm at 30, but I think I can make it even better. Oh, and I'm gonna look at my feet to see if I can hide even more.
Okay.
I didn't think about that. I should have got myself even higher.
oh, I'm sorry. What was the aid spell that Testu casts? It was 15?
20.
20, so I'm at 220.
Yeah, so remember you have
35.
Yeah, 15 from the Hero's Feast and then 20 from Tessa's End of the Day. They stack.
Yep.
Awesome.
No, the wind is very calming.
I'm glad.
I'll use hide in plain sight since we have time.
Sweet.
Well, we are on the plane, so I guess you can use it.
Oh. That elephant just died. Did you see how it died?
Nope. What's your perception check?
Stupidly high.
Yeah.
Unless
Let's see. No, you did not see what caused it to die.
Wow.
It has a wound in its gut. It is currently bleeding out onto the snow. The other mammoths didn't notice it die.
Yeah. You need blindsight a bit.
Yeah, don't worry. Mommy's just sleeping. Wow.
Don't worry, Mommy just spilled her wine.
Yeah.
6 seconds go by. This mammoth dies.
Yeah, okay. This time Rose is actually like looking in that direction.
Sure.
Let me see if I can get it. Nope. 34.
Amber's gonna look this time. Wow, I mean, cool.
Sure.
This is gonna be a toughie.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, my 19
No,
does
sir.
not do it.
Yeah, I don't think I can do better than 34.
You will
Yeah,
hear...
Then he's going to cast resistance on himself.
Sure. You will hear a long whistle from the ruins over in this general direction off to the east. Over here. You'll hear the whistle. You don't see anyone there, but you can hear the whistle. And the mammoths will get spooked.
Aim or you can get stampeded.
They are going to start running away.
I wonder what tool they used to kill it that easily, too. I mean, it wasn't like they took multiple shots at it. It seemed like.
And they will go running past off to the west and off the screen.
I don't say this very often, but I didn't see anything. That's actually very impressive. Over the link.
Now I'm going to
Yeah.
roll my perception check.
Yeah, Brian would be super impressed. The hunt, everything involved the hunting. This is like amazing.
Ember in the walkie-talkie goes, I didn't see anything. I didn't hear anything.
No, they don't see me, that's for sure. But they do see.
What's interesting, I didn't even hear the skin break from the wound.
You'll hear a voice from near the mammoths. It's muffled from behind them. Why are you here? Speak plainly or die.
Testadinide clears his throat and says, "We came to see the amazingness of the gloam, and you did not disappoint."
Flattery. Useless.
Free, so we use it.
You have seen.
Yeah.
Be gone or die.
Wow. Rose will. Actually, I can't because there's no shadow to teleport to. She will just walk out at this point.
You're going to walk out?
And be visible. So once I exit the shadows, I appear.
Interesting. So you walk out of the... out into the open, huh?
Yep. And I'm readying the dodge action.
Cool.
But she is going to say, "We have business with the gloam, and we didn't know much about you. We wish to learn."
Ooh. Let's get you to roll your persuasion check.
It's not bad. I'm half decent at it.
Okay. With a 16. You will hear from behind there, Hetodela halavuat pahua.
I can understand what he's saying.
Yeah? All right.
Yep.
Then
The tongue of the sun and moon.
Yeah, here we go. I will send you what they're saying. Because they don't know you can understand them. They're intentionally trying to be vague.
Oh yeah, I've
Can't
done it
speak their
before.
language, though, can you?
No, but they can understand me no matter what. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, there's always the bit of when you're foreign to a region, you just make nonsense noises back and forth between your companions, acting like you're having a conversation.
You say that, but all I have to do when I go to Mexico is repeat "dude" over and over again. I can have a conversation with all my friends.
Well, dude and tequila.
dude.
I'm not that big of a tequila fan, so no.
No. They just call me Whiskers in Mexico.
Whiskers?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think the translation for beard goes very well,
No.
and so they just call me Whiskers.
Okay. Well, coming
Could be worse.
Could be worse.
with a flourish, a magical sheen shimmers and reveals a woman.
Oh,
You wish to
I
speak
remember.
to us?
I remember her, the leader.
Is Rickard out in the open too? Just as a question.
Well, he's not in the pest that I trace at the moment.
Yeah, and he's not very stealthy, so I think the answer is yes.
Yep.
Yep.
It might be your in to introduce the royalty.
Rose is just gonna say, "We are on a quest to try to find an item called a moonstone. We did some scrying, and it appears to be in a locked room somewhere deep inside your city, your castle."
Really?
Yes.
Testadinide will step forward out of the quote-unquote shadows, but you probably saw him long ago, and say, "Anwa's glow upon you. The relic that we seek is sacred to Anwa, and I have been tasked with restoring it to a proper home."
And the home that it has now is not proper.
It is neglected and locked away, but your people who reside upon these places of beautiful nights and harsh days, I could certainly see this being a fitting place if it were given proper reverence.
You consider this
Reverence.
place beautiful? This wasteland, this torturous place? You are like all of the others.
I commented on the sky and the days. I said nothing else.
Oh, do you hate living here?
Would you live in such a place?
Rose actually looks around. Unfortunately, I have things I need to do, but if I wanted to be alone, it's not the worst place to be.
That is all we have.
So, well, okay. Rose is just thinking about that. She like just holds her staff and leans on it. Well, our goal is to find that moonstone, and from what we've gathered, it's somewhere deep inside the Sky Island.
Sky
we figured
Island?
Sky Island, I suppose.
You speak of legends.
Yes.
Abominations from the sky. You wish to loot the wealth of that which we have claimed.
Well, we're after one thing in specific. It's a rock about this big, glows like a pale blue.
If only you knew how little that narrowed things down.
She doesn't. It was in a room about
Maybe,
10 feet by 10
She
feet.
probably. So
You might
Rose,
be
she
messing
probably
with you.
knows exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Ah, well.
See if there's something she would want in exchange for it. Maybe we do an exchange.
Well, considering, she gestures at the mammoths that they effortlessly one-shot somehow.
Roll an insight check.
I will roll an insight check. Thank you.
She is not alone.
Yeah, I figured.
And based off of the way this was done, Without a Trace is up and someone is concentrating on it.
Well, I saw the hunting party prepare. How many people were leaving approximately?
30?
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
so did they do a silly, like, okay, all of us do three, like a breezy 3, 2, 1, stab, and then all stab at the same time?
Based off of the wounds that you see, yeah. Not only that, but there's enhancement magic within that.
Yeah. Okay, that makes
I
sense.
mean, there were 30 of them. Maybe they just hit it with a peasant railgun.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
are
Go
these
ahead.
over the walkie-talkie? Are they suggesting that they don't want to be here? Like maybe they'd be open to going somewhere else?
He does sound like she hates this place, but Rose will just say, "I'm sorry. So, you made it sound as if the others do like living here, but you don't. Is not enjoying your life here? Is that just your personal opinion, or is that something that's commonly held amongst your people?"
You try to honey words. You
No, I'm
try
trying
to investigate and infiltrate my mind through words.
That's a curious way of describing asking questions, but it's just, well, never mind. That's not important. The important thing is the stone. Would you allow us access to your castle, or is that just not something that's in the cards? We have many things to trade, if that might interest you.
Trade? What would you trade us?
Let me see. Well, what kind of things do you want? I think is a better question.
We have want for naught but meat, and we have plenty now.
S2, is there a way for you to tell alignments? good from
Ooh.
evil if you see it?
Someone's going
Yeah.
back
If
to
I had that power,
3.5
do you
stuff. Brr.
Man, if you above board, if I had that power,
There's
you think
gotta
I
be
would have joined up
something.
with you guys?
Rose would come up as not applicable. Yeah.
Yeah, but good or evil, I mean that's kind of what you want to know, right?
I think technically true neutral, but
I mean, evil is a matter of like they're not as black and white as it used to be. Like,
Yeah, evil is just selfishness.
it's,
And
Yeah,
in a
that's
lot of
why
places,
people
you
play
gotta be
drow
selfish to
now when they
survive.
used to be where they used to be the monsters. Uh,
oh, Salvatore, he started it all.
Why are they here? If it's so harsh and
Yeah. That
she doesn't
raises
like it.
that is a very good question. Well, did Brennan ask that out loud? Because I think
No.
they understand common.
No, Brennan is still
He's still in Pass
holding
Without
in
a Trace.
action.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's still
yeah.
30. He's trying to hide even though they see everyone.
I'll look at her and I just say, well, it's just very curious. If you hate living here so much, why stay? You're obviously very capable.
Where would we go?
Anywhere. The world is a massive place.
The world is pain.
That is a very true statement.
Moving from one place to another is an inconvenience. We have plenty of game. We have a home. We have all we need. Why would we move?
Because you don't like it here, apparently.
You know, we come from lands so far from here that snow is a rarity. What can fall in a day here will fall in a decade there.
so
And?
Eric, even the spell detect good and evil. I mean,
Yep.
detect evil and good doesn't say that it detects good or evil.
Right.
No, it
does
doesn't.
like everything
It's
else.
like-
Yeah,
It's like why we still
5e
call it
changed
sneak
that.
attack.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate side of 5e, Doug. You and I both mourn it.
It's like
Oh my
kill
God, you
touch,
guys
neither a
too
touch
old
nor
school.
cold.
Like, we need to go
Look,
back
Doug
to
and I
Facto,
are
guys.
very old school guys.
We-
I think Doug and I are like
It's
only a
just
couple
a-
years apart.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just an excuse to do whatever you want to do and get out of jail. Period.
it's like,
I mean,
oh wait,
used
they're
to, there were
evil.
consequences.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, there's consequences for doing bad stuff. Now you can do bad stuff and you just justify it. As
I mean,
long
there's
as you
there's
justify it in your own
consequences.
mind.
I
Think about
got
this. There's
I got sick
consequences
of
to
third
anything.
edition paladins. The whole I detect evil. Are they evil? No. Next target. Are they evil? Yes. I killed them. You kill the shopkeeper.
Yeah.
But he was evil. That's why he was a successful shopkeeper. That's how capitalism works.
I mean, I could do that now too. And the
Oh,
same role
that'd
is
be
evil.
funny.
All right, getting back to the
A
story.
paladin who becomes like a communist because capitalism is evil.
We're gonna get back to the story in the D&D.
I gotta write that idea down. Hold on.
Your loot? Don't you mean our loot?
Brennan's politics might be questionable. I don't know.
We're
that's
going to
good.
move way away from that.
Rose will look at her. I'm sorry. Well, at the very least, I think we should introduce ourselves. My name is Sweet August Rose.
Indeed.
May I ask yours?
You may ask.
Will you tell me?
Perhaps in time.
Oh, well, that implies that you're interested in talking more, which is good.
Within limits.
Very reticent people. Jeez. Well, like I said, we're trying to find a stone inside your castle. We used scrying magic to see it. It looked like it was in an unused room.
You infiltrated our castle using magic, and now you seek to penetrate the defenses and claim what is ours. Why do we not see this as an offense?
Because we're asking if you would let us go get it.
And
instead
if
of
we
doing
refuse?
it. Well, if you refuse, then I suppose we'll just walk away from this conversation.
We move from conversation to bargaining because surely there is something that you want.
She said all. I mean, they said that all they want is meat. and they have plenty of that. I say as I look over at the two mammoths. Are they starting to butcher it yet, or are they just letting it lie there?
You do not see any motion with the mammoths whatsoever. No one is
Yeah.
doing anything to them.
Yeah, they're probably waiting for us to leave.
They're, with your high insight check of a 27,
Yeah.
they're prepared to defend themselves at the moment.
Yeah, we're not going to attack.
They don't know that.
Oh,
Yeah.
This
if
is,
it is the
you guys are in their territory, don't belong here in their eyes. They see that you have infiltrated their castle with magic and are asking about their possessions. Last time and every time that this has happened before, they've been raided and they've had to defend the castle.
Well,
Therefore,
it's probably going to happen again at this rate.
we're trying to figure out. They're actually being quite open considering how many times they've been offended in the past.
Yeah. Rose is just going to look at it and
They're
say,
not being unreasonable.
if we infiltrated your castle, it was not on purpose. We used magic to locate the nearest moonstone.
Liar.
And no, we did not know it was their castle. It was not on purpose. We used magic to locate the nearest moonstone, and it showed us this room
Oh,
in your castle.
I meant last night when you were moonwalking.
Oh, that was different. I'm not talking about that.
different we.
So glad that she can't read your mind right now.
Chaotic neutral. You're not talking about that.
No, I'm talking about the scrying sensor. Yeah. I suppose if the dragon can speak, it could have told her about me. But she just says, yeah, we use magic to locate the nearest moonstone, and it showed us a room. And through investigation, we figured it was in your castle.
Ask them if there's a danger here that they want us to eliminate, or something a favor we could do for them to earn a favor.
Yeah, perhaps actions speak louder than words. Perhaps you could ask of us a gesture to prove our sincerity.
Yeah.
You know, we could kill the Wendigo that's here in the area.
Aw, I kind of like them.
We could do that for them.
They were funny. But Rose just
He's not. It's
May
not a
know
lie.
it's dead yet.
We
yeah,
could.
no.
We know we
Rose,
could. We did.
Rose turns towards the woman and just says, "And I can understand how you would be on guard about these strangers appearing in your lands, but we are being forthright with you in the sense that we're negotiating. Is there something we can do for you? We're powerful. We fought the Wendigo, destroyed it on the way here. In fact, we just fought the Elder Remraz last night when it attacked us, killed that too. Is there anything troubling you in these lands that you need taken care of? Perhaps we can show you as a show of good faith."
You have the spines of the Remores.
Actually, we took some of it. Rose actually, because I believe Brendan put it in the bag of holding because it was non-perishable. Rose will reach into the bag of holding and start taking out those spines that Brendan harvested.
She raises an eyebrow and curiosity. Her demeanor softens a little bit. She's not quite as ready to stab you at the moment as she had been.
Does she have a sword?
You don't see one.
That's an in for Aimer.
Yeah, she's stabbing me with that piercing expression. Yeah.
Yeah. When you see
It
an
looks
elf
could
without
kill.
a sword, they're probably more dangerous than ones that have a sword you can see.
Yeah. But yeah, Rose pulls out to show, some of them. Like the rest are in the bag, but do you want them? Would that suffice?
They're curiosities and a measure of your power. She relaxes a little bit and will kneel down in the snow on one knee, still ready to pounce if she needed to.
I mean, Rose has the dodge action ready, so feelings mutual.
You were able to hide from us the way we hide from others. You have made your way here, which is no small feat. You claim to have slain the Wendigo temporarily. It will return.
Yeah, that's what Zithric said.
The dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They don't like
he
the
thank-
dragon rose.
He thanked us for slaying the Wendigo before basically walking off.
Strange. You make allies with the dragon. You ask us for our property.
Not allies. We're enemies of no one here. We're just passing through trying to get that stone.
And if you have it, what would you do with such a thing?
I look at Testu and I just say it's for creating temples of Onward, right? That's what it's for.
Indeed, it acts as a beacon of Onwa's glow across the world, having them distributed fairly evenly and in places of good exposure to the sky allows Onwa's glow to reach mortal souls more directly.
His religion needs it to make temples or something.
So you seek to empower the all-seeing eye, that which reveals which is hidden.
I'm sorry, I don't understand. All-seeing eye? Are you talking about the gods, the moon?
The moon, yes. That which reveals that which is hidden at night.
Oh, that's right. They don't like the nighttime. He is that. Yes, he is a cleric of the moon, and that object is a holy object to his religion. If you don't like it, we can take it. We can take that stone and remove it from your lands if you don't want it there, because that's what it is, an object that's a focus of the all-seeing eye.
I'm not authorized to make this decision.
That's understandable.
You will await here. And she turns, stands, or die. And with a step, she shimmers with white and disappears.
Well, that went well.
Isidane just takes a deep breath, pulls out his staff of flowers, taps it on the ground, a sunflower pops up behind him, and he just starts chewing through it. Like just full on taking bites out of it, not even the seeds. just he was a bit nervous there, so he is now stress eating.
Could have been worse. I didn't have to go out and murder anyone. You know.
I mean, I can understand why they are the way they are.
And I just want to say I am so proud of all of you for not jumping to violence. It makes me feel that I'm really having an impact in the Spirits in Fellowship.
Well,
Brendan comes out, dirt and leaves all over him with his, like, you see his arrow pointing right where the woman was. Like, oh, yeah.
I'm glad you feel that way. Well, I'm kind of curious. There was that crystal, that frozen lake on the map.
Yes.
I just kind of want to see what's over there.
Well,
is there anything there?
You want to go see that frozen crystal, the frozen lake? Awesome. We can go look at the frozen lake.
Well,
She's not there.
Yeah, Rose is just. I'm just curious to see if there's any of those creatures hiding in there too.
Sure. As you walk over there, I'm going to remove her off the map because you should not be able to see her at the moment.
Hi, mystery lady.
Brendan wants to learn how they do that.
You can do that.
Brendan literally does do
They're
that.
literally doing the same thing you're doing.
Not with the shimmering, though.
Oh, it's much better without the shimmering. The shimmering is actually, it's when you were able to do it with just snapping your fingers, you just poof, vanish. That's true mastery. Only amateurs need like swirls of snow or fire or things like that. But yeah.
You mean all the cool stuff? Yeah.
You will see hunks of the mammoths being removed and going invisible.
Yeah, I guess Rose will just get on a nice perch and just sit down and just wait.
Okay. As you go near that lake, you can see some designs within it.
Ooh. Ooh.
They're shimmering and shifting. The light catches them like diamonds beneath the surface.
Well, I'm not gonna do anything stupid until those people leave. So, as fun as it would be to like provoke a giant monster fight by getting near that lake, they'd probably think we were stupid if we do that. So Rose is just gonna patiently just sit in the lotus position on this piece of rock and wait for whatever her name to come back. Whatever her name is to come back.
Okay. The mammoths will, after 8 hours, be completely gutted, clean, and flayed. The bones are even removed. And the snow will be fluffed as a gust of wind removes all signs that they were here.
Yeah, Rose
That
is
is handy.
patient. If you guys want to do anything while we wait, because this might take a while, Rose is going to be like a literal statue, just watching that road.
Testadinide goes through 3 charges of his staff of flowers, just making sunflowers and just chomping through them.
Okay.
So,
Because some
So,
of us
Eric,
don't eat other creatures.
Yes, sir.
so Eric, we talked about creating spells and changing spells and things like that.
Right?
So if I want to create or change a spell, what kind of rolls do I need to do? What kind of things do I need to do?
As a
So
sorcerer, we're going to have to
for
figure that out outside of the session, because that's not something that sorcerers get to do. It's something that wizards do. So we would need to
Yeah,
customize
but,
the spell outside of the in-game mechanics.
Yeah,
Wizards.
sorcerers are the jocks who
Wizards
copied
do.
the wizard's homework.
Yeah, the wizards get to do all the cool stuff.
Yeah.
Except
Wizards
for
are-
meta magic.
Except meta magic. Yeah, I like sorcerers better, but they get to do other stuff that I'd like to do too. So
Mm-hmm.
Always
and
multi-class.
I can't even do
and
meta magic.
spellcrafting is one of the things I want to do.
Right.
So
Yeah.
so
All right.
okay.
So is there anything you guys want to
There's
do
no-
during the 8 hours out here in the snow? I assume that Echo and Testu are staying near the thermal cube. Amer's in a snowdrift, I assume.
Amer is living the snowdrift life. Yes.
Oh, he is going full Simo Hayek or whatever his name
Oh,
is.
dude. Simo Haya? Yeah, White Death. Dude.
Yeah. No
Such a
one's ever
badass.
going to find Amer at this rate.
The only reason he retired is he got shot in the face by a counter sniper.
Yeah.
And then he
got
lived to an old age and just died in
Yeah.
here a few years ago, like 15 years ago.
Yeah, he died like a couple decades ago. He just lived with his dogs out far, like on his ranch. Yep, cool guy. What about Brendan and Rickard? What are you guys up to?
Are the elves still cleaning up the
No,
mammoth? Or are they
I
gone?
think
Mammoths
they're
are gone.
They're gone. Yeah.
Nothing left.
Yeah, I mean, in that case, Brennan's used to, hiding and waiting. So I think same thing. He might just reposition himself to be stealthy again and just wait.
Cool.
I tell you, Testadinide will pass the time since he has the Cartomancer perk. He is going to offer up a variety of card games to pass the time. Everything from Old Maid to poker, where whoever loses gets hit with a snowball, to... Yeah, that's all he knows right now.
Understood. So, after about 8.5 hours of time, she returns, just stepping out of the snow.
Well, that means it's been like 16 hours. Is the sun setting at this point?
Close.
Oh, wow.
She steps out about 30 feet from you.
Welcome back.
Pleasantries. Wastes of breath.
Well, then let's get straight to business. What did your leader say?
They wish to see you, should you convince me that you are worth the time.
And how would I convince you that we are worth the time?
That is up to you to determine. I am to give you an opportunity to convince me. Proceed.
Well, we could go wreck those trolls who were kind of assholes to us.
Trolls.
Would murdering an entire clan of not trolls, Yetis,
Oh, Yetis. Well,
Yetis impress you?
Impress us? The wanton murder of living beings.
They seem pretty hostile to you.
And yet they are harmless. They cannot harm us.
All right, and I'll take that as a no.
You can easily take that as a no.
Well, it's difficult for me to know how to impress you when I know so very little about you.
She raises an eyebrow, thus the challenge.
Well, consider this. Your people are a nation unto themselves with territory, structure, and majestic technology. We have amongst us one who is actually a ruler of a land far away, and diplomatic ties are always something useful to have.
Does he always speak with snowflakes?
Yes, he does.
My god has mood swings that can turn the night into day. I've gotten into the habit.
Break it.
As you wish, you cold elf woman, female.
She smiles for the first time. Finally. You speak plainly like one should.
Yes, my goddess said, "Get the rock," and what my god says, I do.
Like a slave.
That's what I say.
Somewhat, but it has its advantages.
Such as? Yes, Brennan.
No, you guys can go.
I have done good works across this land. My people live in better conditions as I have used these powers to drive fiends from their lands, solve problems, mend the sick, purge curses, fry so many undead. They make a wonderful pop sound when they vaporize in the forbiddance. I get to meet interesting people, and he does the full-on air quotes with interesting and gestures to the rest of the spirits in fellowship.
Why are they interesting?
Let's see. Points to the little one. That one turns into a dragon and made a god.
So he should
points
be
to
slain?
Rose. Oh, they're digging their own hole. You don't need to accelerate that one.
And him.
Which him?
The
I think
one
most
with
of
the
them-
red cape and the little mammal.
That's Brennan, right?
Rickard.
Rickard,
Rickard. Oh, Rickard. That's one who, much like life in a big city, eats dreams and is actually a king of a prosperous territory.
A king. With no kingdom here.
That's why he's interesting. He chooses not to simply sit on his throne, but go out and see the world.
To conquer, no
there
doubt.
there is a growing threat down south. One that is, with every passing day, becoming a threat to more and more nations.
You
That
once
was
again
our
veil your
original-
words.
Okay.
Brennan says, no. Brennan's gonna stop. He's gonna walk in and say, why are we burying the lead? Why don't we just tell her we're trying to kill like a 3-mile-long dragon and this is part of it?
Yeah, Ricard
You're
takes
right.
a
I
couple
just
steps
thought
forward
so,
and he's like, "Have you heard of Vagridan?"
I have.
That's kind of our overall quest, is to kind of gather some allies and some strength to take him out, because he's laying waste to cities. And as a fellow ruler of people, I know that you don't only need meat, you need safety and security for your people.
I am no
And
ruler.
if we don't, you are, I can tell.
A
And if
leader.
we don't
lie.
stop
Leader,
him,
at least.
yeah, you're a leader of people. You don't rule, but you lead people.
Small groups. Perhaps.
But if we don't stop this Vagridan, He's probably going to end up here one day. He's going to make you have no place to live. And maybe no
Finally,
people to lead.
finally, someone who speaks plainly as to a purpose that I may discuss. So, you reveal a threat to my people. Fagradan, the great terror from beyond. The reason we tore our home from the skies.
Really? Yes. We're going to kill it.
You. How?
We're still working on that, but we've made some progress. Rose points to Star Shatterer. That's the blade that killed him before.
Indeed. Give it to me. We will slay him for you.
No.
No, it's our quest. It's our job to do it.
We wouldn't turn down your aid.
What aid would that be?
Whatever you can provide.
Knowledge of the world beyond these planes?
The knowledge that would melt your mind would not assist you. You would lie dead, quivering as jellies upon the ground.
I meant stuff like maps and what the nations are doing.
That's happened to Aimer.
Who is Aimer?
Yes.
A friend of ours.
Is he with you?
Yes.
So he's talented like the globe.
He's a man of many talents.
Maybe the most talented man.
Honestly, that's fair. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I really think that is fair.
A skill monkey.
As far as
How does that impress you?
When they say that, Aimer gets out of the snow for a moment. He kind of brushes himself off, kind of gives a wave and a wink, and then vanishes again.
She raises an eyebrow, interestingly. I
Yeah,
need
no
you
ma-
to go ahead and roll your stealth check, sir.
no magic with that, by the way.
So,
All right.
my perception check, you're shooting to beat a 28, sir.
Man,
Not
I
bad.
can't get lower than that.
Oh,
almost did.
man.
I have advantage, but so 32.
That nice
And
little
hold on.
line.
Hold on, let's bump it up a little bit for funsies. Okay, we'll make it a 40.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Rose just says that's without the stealth magic, by the way.
Stealth magic.
Yes, the vanishing. Rose does pass without a trace. She just casts it just to show.
She raises an eyebrow. So you know the magic of the snows. It is impressive enough that you may speak with the elders.
Oh, thank you.
And she is going to turn and disappear as she shimmers for a moment.
Brennan's like, I like their style.
They are certainly straight.
to the castle now.
Yeah, they are certainly straight to the point.
Straight to the point. I like
There's
it.
a swirl of snow, like a small tornado, and 3 figures step forward. And not the dragon.
Holy shit.
Where's the dragon
Not-
there?
not
Stop the
Zipper.
dragon. Stop the dragon. Where's the dragon?
Santa.
Santa is not here.
My next
Hey,
D&D
what the
character is
chicken?
Santa with an axe.
She's kind of hot. Yeah, she's kind of hot. Echo may stick around for a while.
The 3 of them step out of the snow towards you.
She's so hot you'd think she was within 15 feet tested in a day.
Yeah.
As they step forward out of the swirl, they leave no footprints. Roll an insight check, each of you, if you'd like.
Is this an illusion?
I don't know. Brennan's into it.
Thank you, Ricard. I appreciate that. Someone has to be oblivious.
It's really just how oblivious is he, check.
Right, exactly.
Very.
And for the record,
Oh, I
it's
roll
the
perception.
character, because I know that the player is super insightful, but your character in this campaign is like tunk tunk.
Oh, there's like the snow kind of like wisps up or whatever, and to reveal these people. But Ricard is looking at a different wisp of snow over the other direction.
Oh, okay. The one next to the tree that the squirrel kicked up. Got it.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
Well, yeah.
So
He's talking about Captain Lunchbox.
the rest of you can tell that these are projections.
Yeah.
They're not an illusion, but rather a projection of the image. They are not actually here. Primarily
Yeah,
because they're not leaving any footprints.
I need to learn how to do that with my astral projection. If I could do that with my astral projection, that'd be freaking wild. Rose just says, "Greetings."
Greetings. You wish to speak with us for that which is ours.
Yes.
And you have told my sister that you wish to slay Vagrodan.
Yes.
How will the
Indeed, that
stone
cause
help you
unites
achieve
us.
this?
I turned to Testu, and remember, to the point.
The stone magnifies Onwa's power, and Onwa's power has been a great multiplier to the force that seeks to slay Vagradan.
So you wish for us to empower our enemy in order to slay another enemy?
Do you
Well-
feel that the moon is your enemy?
Yes.
Well, the stone is a focus point of your enemy, and we would be taking it away from your lands.
That
It's
is true.
under our
There is
control at the moment and powers our city. Should we give it away, we would lose our power.
Oh shit! Is it a bounding?
What did she say? I didn't catch that. Say that again.
If it powers our city, should you take it away, we would lose the power of our city.
Huh.
Well, then there
Okay,
is
then.
a way that I believe we could both have what we wish. It is my command that the moonstones be placed in be in places of reverence, not simply locked away in a closet. Thus, if I could build the appropriate shrine or temple around the moonstone as it serves to empower your people, then perhaps your people could no longer see the moon as their enemy, but rather a host.
A host, you can say. A host! You wish to empower that which comes and reveals our secrets. Never! Such a thing would be sacrilegious. We would give up our autonomy.
Okay. Is there any substance that could replace the stone to power your city?
He looks a little bit concerned. Not without another city's stones. You would need to steal from another. That is not right.
Gamer snow cringes. You can't see him, but beneath the snow, he's cringing.
Tested in a day. If you have any influence with Anwa,
I have my
do you have it-
words of the snowflake, which are particularly effective. I wonder if
I mean, is it
that you see
is
on
it possible?
Sorry.
Is it possible that in return for granting us the moonstone, we build a nice elaborate temple for the moonstone somewhere else to honor her, and then she turns her gaze away from this land since they don't wish her to be here and there's no stone here? Any chance she might pass over them without shining
Ooh.
in return for the moonstone?
That's an interesting ask. Just saying as a GM, that's like, whoa.
Like a land of
Yeah.
darkness? That'd actually be kind of metal.
Can't think of a
I
way to
Perhaps a land
can't
of
think of way
perpetual
game
crescent.
mechanics to make it work. Yeah, but
Oh, I do.
yeah, that's,
But I think you're on an interesting track there, Doug. Like, that's really interesting.
yeah. I mean, look, it's if they want to live without the moon, then give us the stone and we'll take the moon away. I don't know if we could do that.
A land of a perpetual new moon. It would not be unprecedented. After all, as Onwa's cycles continue, one could simply have some areas not cycle as much as others, or to speed through cycles and linger upon those which you prefer. This is of great importance to the world. Vagradan is something that must be stopped.
Yeah, I can't think of a way to make it work. You know, as far as game mechanics, it'd have to be
I do.
an RP thing.
I mean, yeah.
There's a couple ways to do it.
I mean,
now, I
Do
would
what?
ask of these people, but I would ask of you. You say that Anwa reveals your secrets, but how is the moonlight any different from Usil's light that shines upon us even now? What is it special about the moonlight that you find reveals your secrets?
Her inconsistency.
Yes, that is a very fitting word for Anwa. That I am not allowed to use, but you are welcome to it.
well, this
Now the question is, have you discussed this out of verbally, or was that in the Aimer walkie-talkie? Because as a GM, I have to play loyal to what the characters have heard.
well,
They were
that,
walkie-talkie.
that was walkie-talkie, but Rose was literally about to bring up the possibility to them.
I think Echo might have whispered something to Test Identity. We didn't have the walkie-talkie up,
Yeah,
so you know, just
Oh, wait, how long does it last, Aimer?
It was
Yeah.
only
3 hours.
3 hours.
Oh,
Yeah.
3 hours. So yeah, it's gone by now.
Okay.
So Echo would have whispered something to Test Identity since he was talking to them and just asking, "Hey, is it possible?" You know, I don't know how to make it happen, but we've done similar things before.
You've done crazier things.
Indeed, I mean, if it was placed in if it was in a place of proper reverence and empowering a city of people who live underneath Anwa's light, then certainly Anwa's light would not be harsh upon them. It would be the glow that maintains the softness of the night.
Well, I think before we can make any promises, we should check with Anwa about that, whether or not she'll do it. But I suppose it doesn't
Yeah.
hurt to bring up the possibility to them and see how they
So-
react.
So Eric,
Sure.
has Echo ever heard of a magic that may be able to accomplish something like this, or is there a legend or another land that maybe has suffered
Ooh.
this even as a curse?
We can go ahead and roll a history check. Or
Barovia?
religion, your choice.
Yeah. I mean, we could probably at our level go knock Strahd around a bit.
So with a 28, you've heard of powerful clerics in the past. Very powerful clerics. Some of that list that I sent you earlier this week in Discord,
Oh,
where certain entities were entreated by certain other entities for divine favors. And
okay.
in certain cases, a divine favor can alter nature. And gods can be convinced to do things outside of what they normally do. So, theoretically, you could convince Anwa to not shine in this area. That's totally possible.
Or to shine more consistently, because they said that it was her inconsistence that they had a problem with,
Yeah.
not that she shines here.
Yeah,
You
they
could
don't like that
probably
she
sell it to
reveals
Anwa.
things. That's the big thing.
Yeah, you could probably sell it to Anwa as a curse. I mean, they wouldn't see it that way, but you could sell it to Anwa as a curse.
A constant new moon in the area. Yeah.
Or is there a way that we can wire this moonstone? I mean, it's a powerful relic, such that those who come before it in reverence find themselves hidden by moonlight rather than exposed. Work it up
That'd
as a
be
blessing.
interesting. You guys have tons of options. At this point,
I like that one.
creativity from
That's
you
probably
guys
easier.
at the moment, you guys have done really well dropping some of the flowery stuff so that these people will talk to you. You guys have gotten some really cool ideas. You've managed to negotiate getting to talk to them by impressing the other person, who you still don't know her name. You also don't know these people's names.
Well, it's her sister. I'm just gonna call Angry Sister and Calm Sister.
You're wrong, but okay. We can absolutely refer to them as that for now.
Well, look at her eyebrows, man.
Oh, she's ready to kill, but, anyway.
Well, I don't want to speak on Anwa's behalf because I
Right.
don't speak on the god's behalf. So,
I try not to do that either. I'm the high cleric.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Okay, Gloomstalkers can become, they just like Rose, they use the shadows to become invisible. There may be a way to use moonlight to become invisible.
well, it just seems
To
like
me, that may be.
they have some sort of class or racial ability or something that lets them hide in the sunlight but not the moonlight.
For the record, if you guys manage to pull this off and you guys want to apply moonlight stealth to the gloam, I am down for it.
Yeah, that would be.
We'd be getting rid of their one
So,
weakness.
Eric, that goes back to. So that goes back
from
to spellcrafting. That goes back to spellcrafting. I've got the concept in my head, and I have other features, feats, and spells that kind of mimic this ability. Echo should be able to sit down, study, and figure out a way, even if it's just, he's a sorcerer, he's not a wizard, so maybe
That's not a study thing. That's Echo doesn't work on study. He works off of his natural ability infused to him by his bloodline and Amaria Rosie.
Yeah, I've
etc.
got to be able to teach it to him. Yeah, I got to be able to teach it to him. I
Yeah,
don't know how to do that.
that's the hard part about you playing this character for as long as you have, man. I'm sorry.
I never play a wizard.
mean-
I need a level in wizard somewhere.
Are there some unforeseen consequences in this? Yeah.
So
The consequences of my decisions.
I don't. Well, yeah, I think getting rid of their weakness, I think, is as a whole is probably a bad idea. But in their own lands, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, from Tessagende's perspective, you get a moonstone restored to a place of revenance. You get the glow on our side for slaying Vagradan, and most importantly for Tessagende, he's taking a whole bunch of people from hating Anwa to loving Anwa.
I mean, it might be hating on one to not caring, but
I'll take what I can get. It's all
yeah. All right, so what if Rose? I guess we're all huddled because we don't have the talkie up,
Of
so we're
course.
just whispering to each other, just
Wait.
Hmm?
Oh no, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're just whispering to each other, like, every now and then one of us peeks up and looks over at them, and then goes back to whispering, like in a Scooby-Doo cartoon. But
I
then
picture
Rose
that looking really cartoonish with Tessagende and his long neck just extending all the way out of the shell to turn around and look back.
So Rose looks at the three of them and just says, "So the tortoise is a high cleric of your enemy.
We see that.
What if it were possible to convince your enemy to only be a new moon in your lands?"
Is this possible?
It's possible, but I'm not making promises because we're not sure. But what if?
If
Would
you
you
were
take
able
that
to
as a
do
boon?
so, we would give you the stone.
Origin of.
Now we just gotta convince a god to change how nature works. No problem.
Well,
Another option
Maybe-
to consider, as the removal of the moon's glow from these lands would benefit all who seek to hide, not just yourselves. One option that I would seek to investigate is if I could turn the moonstone into an object of reverence here, such that those who come before it and accept Anwa's glow will find themselves hidden rather than exposed by it.
We do not wish
That
to
is well.
serve gods.
I like these people more and more.
oh, there's a lunar sorcerer.
We will not be slaves.
It's just Echo just mumbling to himself.
Yeah, Echo's researching. He's looking through his compendium and he's researching, and he's found lunar sorcerers, and can control a lot of. They can control the phase of the moon.
Yeah, I'll just turn to Testing and just say, I don't think they're interested in becoming worshippers of Anwa, but
Yeah, your evangelism is falling on deaf ears.
How about tolerators of Anwa? If you come before the stone without hate in your heart for the moon, you could find yourself unexposed by its light.
Yeah, that's gonna be a hard sell to this.
Do you not wish to
Yeah.
take it from us?
I am exploring all options. I need to restore it to a place of reverence.
Reverence.
How that is done, that's left up to me. Anwa is very much on the what, not the how.
who's the fancy talker now? Jeez.
We use this stone for power.
Yeah.
If we give it to you, our city will be left less defended.
But
We
If we're
revere
able-
the stone as it is now as a source of power and defense. Is that not enough?
There needs to be an acknowledgement that its power comes from Anwa, a rather fickle god.
so vain.
So you wish for us to worship. You wish for us to change our autocracy into a theocracy.
Anwa is not big on telling you what to do.
Is it not just good enough to? I mean, if, like I said, I mean, we can sell it to Anwa as a curse on these people because they reject her. I mean, to them, it's
You know,
a
that's a
boon. To her, it's a curse.
Holy crap, you're thinking like an Anwa cleric. Do you think I could recruit you for when I retire?
Yeah, there's no stupid spell. There's abilities that do this, but there's not a spell.
So
Don't
If
worry
you
about
were-
abilities. At this point, we're so
Yeah.
off the trail right now, man.
Oh, yeah.
This is really just like DM intervention kind of stuff. I don't think there's going to be like a spell. Oh yeah, by the way, you get to change how the moon works. Like,
I mean, there was probably one in 3rd edition.
There were. Yeah,
Yeah.
there were many.
So I understand the stone gives you power, but would you, if we were able to do the new moon area of effect in this lands, would you be willing to trade the stone for that, for losing your weakness to the moon?
You gave us the new moon over Uthurg. We would give you the moonstone and weaken the defenses of the city willingly. And you would leave.
Wait, Uthurg?
That seems a very reasonable proposal.
Wait, the entirety of the continent or just this little patch of snow? I think. Because if they have this, I mean, they might attack Malajarak if they lose their nighttime weakness. Uthurg's the name of the entire island, right?
Correct.
Aimer pops out of the snow and goes, "No one will miss Malajarak being gone," and then vanishes.
I don't know, that one tiefling is kind of cute. The corpse vet was kind of disgusting.
I mean, 100-mile radius. I mean, or something of that nature.
I don't know if we can do
Probably.
the entirety of Uthurg, but all right. We have to work on this. This is not something that's going to be easy.
I suspect that, in keeping with how such things are bestowed, it might be the lands of Uthurg beyond earshot of the water's crash on the shoals.
What?
The snowflakes once again.
Yeah, he does that a lot. All right.
When one's words might be thrown back at one speaks gently.
When one speaks plainly, one does not risk it.
Yeah. Oh, I love these people.
So,
I kind of
okay,
want to live
so-
here.
Testadene is just going to gesture to the snow, and he's standing there like in the mush with still some steam rising. As you can see, I am not native to the plane.
Obviously.
so,
Yes.
so Rose.
Hmm?
Rose, let's talk to them about how to contact them later. I think we're going to have to go off and make this happen.
Yeah,
we're going to
we'll-
need time,
Oh yeah.
strategy.
Yeah, I believe we're gonna have to work on this. It's not gonna be something we can do fast.
Very well.
So have we come to a tentative agreement? If we bring the new moon to your lands, you will give us the moonstone?
It is not tentative.
All right.
Very
It
good.
is
How should we
full on.
contact you, as we will likely need to leave Utherg and come back to gather the necessary knowledge and resources?
Come here to this place. Our hunters are here regularly. The mammoths like to feed.
Yeah, break off a chip
Yes.
of one of the pieces of ruin and hand it to our teleport mold.
Should you come to the castle, speak to the drakes. Otherwise, you will have to wait for our hunting parties to arrive.
We will approach then, as long as you do not attack us.
Approach by yourselves. The 6 of you, and the one with skill.
It's 6.
The 5 plus 1. Sorry, 6 total. Eric misspoke. I apologize. She's smarter than I am.
Eric Aimer pops up again and goes, "I do have the personality to be 2 people," and he's vanished again.
Eric, was it Zarud
Which one?
that made? Was it Zarud that made the?
Originally,
moon
yeah.
disappear?
Long ago, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yep.
Just amazed Aimer hasn't hit on any of these elves yet.
But you got to
No,
impress them
we're-
first, then you can hit on it.
We're kind of in the snow. We're not really in Aimer's element. Like, what are they gonna do? Like, make an igloo? I mean, he's plus their astral projections. Like, he's waiting for his moment.
This is honestly, this really isn't Amer's type. From
No,
past
we're saying-
experience,
Hold
Amer's
on.
more of a
Are we-
muscle mommy type.
Yeah, are we establishing lore that Aimer has some standards?
Not
does
standards,
have
but
standards.
types. Absolutely.
Aimer is a creature of opportunity,
Sure.
but he, for whatever reason, seems to like the Dommy Mommies.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so.
I mean, yeah, those dragons keep their strength score when they're polymorphed as humans, right? Yeah.
and the
so-
orcs and
At least one of them does. I'm not telling you which one.
I'm gonna assume Judith. I bet she has like 28 strength or something like that. But
Very well.
nice.
Return here, and we will speak again. Goodbye.
All right. Goodbye. Farewell.
And they turn it in with a shimmer of snow, disappear.
Leader's sister, are you
Here's-
here still?
With a couple of moments, there's a couple of heartbeats, little passing moment before the other woman appears.
But I need to make sure she's not listening to us. Well, we've spoken to your leaders. Thank you for letting us do it. We're going to get to work now.
Finally. The blonde one. The one with yellow hair.
Aimer pops back out of the snow. Yeah.
Hey, Silver Fox.
Should you wish to learn more skills, return, and we will teach you the true way to hide.
Aimer goes. He pauses for a moment, like he seems oddly expressionless for him, and goes, "Well, they're gonna be busy doing dumb stuff, so yeah, I'll swing by."
I will give you the
Friends
first
visibly
lesson.
apart.
Bathe.
It's
And
cold out here.
She will turn and walk away. Aimer, roll a perception check, please.
Aimer's like he's like putting his nose into his jacket.
Yeah. Okay, you don't need to roll your perception check anymore.
I'll roll it.
Yeah, Aimer, you can easily smell yourself. You realize that anything with a scent skill could have found you easily.
At least they would have seen. They would have known the bad smell's coming from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm gonna go. Let's get back to where are we going?
No, we have to discuss
Yeah,
that
where
now,
do-
though.
I mean, do we want to go to the Endless Pinnacle?
I mean, it does have a library, doesn't it?
Yeah, actually it does.
Hold on a minute. Out of curiosity, would Amer have smelled even though he's using his? I guess I didn't say it, but Amer starts using his bottle of Predge on himself.
Understood?
Smell away.
So we now start using that. Understood. Because you haven't been using it in the past.
I used it to keep warm, and now I was like, oh, I was thinking about deodorant, and I was like, wait a minute, and he like lifts up his arm, and he's got like a finger gun, and he's like shooting it into his arm.
He's got Axe body spray.
It's pass without trace, not ass without trace.
Yeah.
That just means you can fart silently.
Brennan's like, they don't know what they're talking about.
Okay, so I suggest we go back to the Endless Pinnacle, maybe for a day or two while we study this and put together a game plan, reach out to Anna, and do all of that.
I'll let you two do your nerd stuff. Let's go.
All right, so they're really going to hate this, but they're intelligent. They probably understand why we're doing it. Echo is going to create a teleportation circle.
In the snow? Okay.
He's going to breathe his fire into a large circle around the group. He's going to use sigils and wards, teleportation sigils.
Okay.
And it's a permanent circle. He's using Wish to cast teleportation circle so that when he wants to return, he'll return to this exact spot.
Teleportation circle is a
Do it
permanent
on the flat
one?
section of one of the overturned ruins.
It's
Just
a
the ground.
fifth level.
That
there you
teleports. Yeah. Is that one is that one permanent?
It's
Yeah.
permanent. Yeah. Now it can be destroyed later, but that's the only way I know to get back to this spot without having to travel through the snow.
Well, that's why I broke off a piece of the ruin and handed it to you,
Right.
so we can just teleport.
Yeah, well, you have to, because can Wish get rid of the need to cast it every day for a year?
That with a wish? Wish
Well, would that be triggering the you have to roll part of the wish, or would that count? Yeah, I don't know.
That's interesting. Because that would technically count as a component. I'm fine with that. If you want to do this, I'm cool with it. You want to go ahead and just create a permanent circle here? That's fine. What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, it says in the same location for 365.
Right.
I don't want to do that. How long does it last?
It's
Circle.
Less a day, I think.
Yeah, the fun part about teleportation circle is it allows you to teleport all sorts of things instead of just people.
Yeah. But it doesn't look like it. How long does it sit here?
It doesn't sit.
No, yeah, the portal only lasts until the end of your next turn.
Right.
So it lasts 6 seconds.
Good grief. Oh,
Yeah, and
Good
we have
grief.
the associated object, so
Right.
there's a 0% chance of a failure
Okay.
teleporting
Yeah,
back here.
teleportation's better than this. I just figured the only reason to use this is because it was permanent. But I see now you have to cast it for 365.
Yeah,
to get
the
that.
permanent. Yeah, you have to cast it. Like most permanency spells or things that have permanency require you to cast it a certain amount of X times per year. Like Mighty Fortress, you have to cast once a week, every day or every week for a year.
Yeah. Teleportation circle is better than teleport if the place has a teleportation circle that you know the address to. You don't have to have been there. You don't need to have a description. It just works. It bypasses the random chance.
So
You guys, with the Eye of Kydron, have been abusing it, which is fun. That's fine. And have been bypassing that risk on the teleports. And that's why for you guys, with that little exploit of the Eye of Kydron, have a better teleport than teleportation circle. For everybody else, teleportation circle is vastly better.
yeah, if it wasn't for that, we probably would have gotten rid of the Eye of Kydron by now.
Oh, I know.
Sold it.
I
Yeah.
would never get rid of the Eye of Kydron. Are you kidding me?
Echo doesn't want to, that's for sure.
If you don't want it, I'll take it.
Yeah.
You're talking about two people who want to hunt other people down to kill them. Like the Eye of Kydron is like
A godsend? Yeah.
it's like
It's
their
the thing.
dream.
It's the thing to have.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, so Echo would just teleport out of here to the Endless Pinnacle.
I assume you're bringing your friends with you.
Yes.
Okay. Because
That'd
he
be a
has
real
teleported without them before.
That'd be a real dick move.
Aemir just be like, I'm gonna go train with those guys, and you'd never see him for a while.
Is anyone resisting the spell?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Nope.
So you guys will teleport to Endless Pinnacle.
Rose immediately starts taking off those cold weather clothes.
Yep.
Parka and all
It's
that.
going to get hot in here, especially because you still have the thermal cube.
You know, I don't think I'm gonna put that thing down. I'm just gonna keep that thing. I'm just gonna keep it on. I like it. It's
So
nice and toasty.
miserable. Such a pain in the ass. I
Yes,
would
but it's a
hate-
hilarious pain. in
I
the
would
ass.
never hang out with Tester today. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I think that my house is warm at 71. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I'm
I
right
have
there
an
with you
air
there.
conditioning unit literally 2 feet above and 1 feet away from me. I can reach out and touch it and put it directly at me.
Oh yeah.
I'm
So,
burning
Tester
calories,
Dende,
keeping myself warm.
what do you need to do to speak with Anwa? Is it a big deal?
Not that big a deal, but I'm gonna want to do some research first because Anwa, while she's inconsistent, while they're inconsistent in the moment, they do have certain trends. So if they've done something before, they're far more likely to do it again.
Yeah.
They have
So
patterns.
here's what I think. Here's how I think we sell it. Is we will remove the moonstone from these people, since they don't appreciate it or appreciate Anwa, and we ask that she perpetually puts them under a new moon with no light,
For
as a
rejecting her.
reminder of her power. That
Now, keep in mind,
I think,
like,
I
if we-
almost sell it as a curse. I just don't want to put an additional curse on them, any extra. I think the new moon is what they want. Let's just
Yeah.
leave it at that.
Well, also keep in mind, Anwa is fickle. Also, she's not stupid. So, like, if we try to sell it like, oh yeah, a new moon could be a curse, and she does get mad at them, she might realize, oh, I'm gonna make a permanent full moon instead. Because she's like that.
Right.
So, or
They
they're
are
like
big
that.
into symbolism, though.
Yeah.
So I'm workshopping. As we take the moonstone from the frozen lands, let your glow travel with it away from that place of ice and savagery.
I'll let you
Yeah.
guys deal with that stuff. I'm just worried that she'll be like, what is it, like reverse psychology, and do the opposite of what we ask.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
need- what
There's
do you-
no trying to. A head cleric is not able to trick their own god,
So,
as
Eric-
much of us in the high cleric support group wish we could.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to use a wish to cast legend lore,
Okay.
and I'm going to cast legend lore on and basically I want to learn of instances in the past where lands had a perpetual new moon
Ooh.
and how it came about.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Wow.
There's also not just new moon, but a lunar eclipse.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, as you cast Legend Lore on what exactly? Because it is a person, place, object, event, I guess. So, just
Yeah.
I need to be specific here.
The event would be a land perpetually under a new moon.
Okay.
How did that come about?
Awesome. Cool. So, during ancient times, as you cast this spell, your mind is filled with a story of Zarud, the elder dragon god of time, who long ago lusted after the domains of Gararag and waited until the new moon was active and darkness spread across all of Toivoa. Pausing time, he snuck into the Valley of the Gods under Veil of Darkness and changed the timeline in the Valley of the Gods, so that the Valley of the Gods was filled with new gods. And Gararag was troubled and abandoned his role as the Dragon King God out of frustration at the drama that was created by such an event. It lasted for millennia, if time had been passing. People lived, people died. But not a day went by. No sun, no moon. For 1,000 years. Near the start of the new time of Toivoa, when history began.
Oh wow, that's rather severe. I don't think we want to do that. I'll
And now
share the
you know why
information on that.
Gararag destroyed his own temple.
Yeah, the temple that was crumbled. That's right. I didn't realize he had destroyed his own temple.
Yep. If you go back and read the very first paragraph on
Yeah.
Gararag, he will. That's why.
I see.
So
All right,
I'm
I'll
also
relay that
wondering-
to everybody.
Oh, can you? Is that typed out? Can you?
It is not typed out. I'm sorry.
Okay, well that's fine. I'll just replay it later and
Yeah.
type it down later.
Yeah,
It's
it is. Here you
basically
go.
Zarud stopped time so that he could infiltrate and manipulate Gararag into giving up his power as Dragon King God. And because he caused time within the Valley of the Gods to increase, the Valley of the Gods increased with tons of gods that had drama. And Gararag was troubled and pissed off at the fact that there was drama among the gods and abdicated the throne, destroyed his own temples so that he could stop being a god. But there's some people that still remember him.
Yeah, I typed it out. It's in the chat.
Yep.
I have the ultimate power. I take notes.
Yeah, the names are a little bit wrong, but that's fine.
Enemies.
I will put the correct names in there for you guys. So here's Gararag, and I will get Zarud for you here as well.
All right, the rest is up to you, Tested today. I mean,
Okay, so I have a question.
Yes, sir.
So when we say moon, fantasy cosmology on this, is this a ball of rock orbiting the planet? Is this a giant field of energy? Is this something that can have different phases depending on where you are on the planet? Is the planet balanced upon 4 elephants on top of 1 giant turtle?
Would Testudinidae know?
There are 3 moons, by the way.
Oh, there's 3 moons. I know that a little bit.
We had a roll for that one time. I think it was like a year ago or so.
Yep,
It
and
doesn't
here's
come up. It doesn't come up often, but there are 3 moons. Yeah.
there you go. There's your moon lore.
So is it one of the moons that is revealing them?
That's the question. So, based off of the lore, Rutrov would always be there. But maybe perhaps as a sliver.
my guess is that Anwa can do what she wants to do. If she wants to make it dark, she can make it dark.
She's the god of the moons.
Yeah, now I got to add the S to all of Testadini's business cards. Oh, I knew I shouldn't have ordered in bulk.
And for the record, Eric is a little devious on this, and I know I am. And I'm working on the Toivoda Adventures Guide. I do have progress on it, but it takes a long time to write these things.
Yeah, I mean, we're constantly adding new stuff too, so don't worry about it.
Yeah. I've got
And
the
just one reminder, because this is becoming like a Testadine centered
Yes, sir.
plot thing. As I've been telling you for weeks, I will be out next week.
right.
I will be partying hard by the standards of a 44-year-old.
Understood. Enjoying a week off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, partying, charity fundraising, and undoing all the dieting I've done for the past 2 months.
Understood. Cool. All right.
Test two. I mean, I think you know what we want to do.
Yeah, there's a
What we have to
library.
do to talk to her.
Go do nerd stuff.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
got to go do nerd stuff. Hey, Echo, you want to come do nerd stuff with me?
No, I'm good.
He says that right after saying, I wish I could create spells.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what I think Echo's going to start doing is he's going to start like trying to manipulate his magic and see if he can
Sure.
create new spells.
Now, here's the fun
or
part.
copies.
As Tester Dinade is about to go off and try to do this, where are you guys?
Actually, Rose had kind of, after that conversation, had started walking off towards the entrance, towards Nahaliel.
Yeah.
Is he still around?
Nahaliel is around. He's at the entrance, yes. But you guys are in the home of a god.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Which god is that again?
Well,
Amorosi.
he gave me a key.
Right.
They're just visiting. I mean,
Also,
he gave-
isn't your simulacrum here too? Wait, no, he disintegrated because you made the
no,
simulacrum
yeah.
of
Yeah.
Rickard. That's
Yeah.
right.
I mean,
Amer's gonna
Brendan-
go with Echo because he spent the entire time they were at the Dragon's Horn Library studying how to create magic. So
Brendan's like a real believer. He's probably worshiping.
Okay.
And yeah.
What kind of... And this is actually an interesting thing. What
Yeah.
form would Brennan's worship take? Because everyone's
it's gonna be a bit
different in the
ad
way they
hoc.
worship.
So all that he knows, because he doesn't know anything about gods. The only thing that he knows is that a long time ago, when we were on the morning wood, Rose showed him how to meditate. So he's gonna sit like that,
Okay.
and he'll take the little idol that he created,
Sure.
and he's gonna try to combine some type of mindfulness with this, because that's literally all that he knows.
Valid.
So he's gonna sit silently with his little idol and focus his mantra or his vision would be Amir Rosie.
Understood. Sweet. I've been curious what he would do. It's interesting.
Yeah, well, I was up until now too. So
I think I have an idea.
All right.
Knowing that there's 3 moons, could we, with the power of a moonstone, create a new moon, a dark moon, that is geostationary above Utherg and thus blocks the light from Alrun's light?
If that's what you want to do, we can certainly try.
Well, let me put it this way, that I present an option does not mean I advocate for the option. Sometimes the purpose of an option is to make the other options look better by comparison.
For the record, Eric's sitting here just smiling and drinking his water.
So Test Day, I think leave it up to Anwa what to do. Just tell her what you need the end result to be. Let her decide what she does. I mean, she understands the cosmos more than you and I.
Perhaps saying to... Yeah, my brain's turning slowly. I'm going to go get some water. I'll be right back.
So, Amer, where are you during this time? You helping Echo Rex out?
I'm helping Echo because the time we spent in the Dragon Horn, that's actually what Amer was doing, was researching how to create magic.
Okay.
Never actually did anything with it, but he did spend a lot of time learning about it. So he figured he'd give Echo some helping hands.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we would work together. Echo he's trying to tap into that energy that he always taps into. And some of it is warlock, some of it's given to him given to him by Amarazi,
Right?
and then some of it is sorcery. And it's almost like a Jedi trying to figure out how to make that rock move, how to make that rock levitate, kind of thing.
What spell are
And
you
right
trying to
now
create, sir?
he wants to do something really simple, or what he thinks would be simple. And he wants to create a new detect good or evil. And it would be based off of the
the 3-5 stuff.
third edition. The third edition, which basically just detects if it's a second level spell, detects if something's good or evil.
Oh man.
And I realize he might not do it the first time, but maybe
Right.
he just work on it a couple of days until he figures it out. Make his rolls or whatever he's got to do.
Okay.
I mean, I could certainly see something like detect bloodlust, which will like ping anyone who has killed someone in anger in the past month.
Yeah.
Let
Let me think about this, Echo, because there's aspects of it that I like, and then there's others that I'm like, it breaks a lot of things. Let me think on it.
Really curious if he managed to cast that spell in the party, what the results would be.
Right?
Yeah, no
I'm
doubt.
putting it on my
No
to-do
doubt.
list. It's going on the to-do list. I will be working on it. So it's on the list.
Yeah.
There's always just legend lore on the party members. Like, you have to ask, what would a legend lore spell pop up about you?
I mean, you can do that if you want.
Yeah, I mean, there's all kind of levels of spells, and then you got to figure out, okay, not just the level, but does it have an attack? Does it, is it just? There's a lot to think about. What changes the DC on learning this or developing this spell? I would think something like a level 9 spell would be a DC 50, or more. I don't know.
Right.
So versus, a second level spell or a cantrip. What's it
Right.
take to create a new cantrip? So yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let me stew on that one. Because I'm gonna think on that one.
Okay.
I could also see a spell like Detect Malevolence, where it puts like anime style auras around people based on how hostile they're feeling.
Now we're getting into like Vampire the Masquerade, which is a different thing.
I was thinking more JoJo, but yeah.
JoJo's out there, yeah.
Just as the word menace floating around people.
There was a RPG long ago where you could detect the mood of someone, and by detecting their aura, and you could see the different colors that represented their moods. And it was interesting. Anyway, moving forward.
I do also like that you mentioned a lunar sorcerer. Maybe I should dig into that. Is there a lunar sorcerer out there who might give us some ideas on the practicality of these things? Because we don't necessarily need Anwa to do it if there's a way that we can make it happen by ourselves. As you can tell, Dissident is not big on asking Anwa for favors.
Understood. Is there a lunar sorcerer? Would Tester Day know, or how is he searching for this knowledge?
Well, Echo brought it up, right?
Okay.
He was literally. I think that was literally Doug mumbling it as he was looking through his books. So.
Yeah, I mean, if there was ever a PC, Eric would have mentioned it, but it's going to have to be an NPC.
There may be. I'm searching. I've got a ton of NPCs, guys. Just saying. Trying to see, because I've actually got a backlog of some NPCs that haven't had their character sheets built yet.
Oh, by the way, when I walked out of my room to
I
get
do
some
have
water,
one. I'm sorry.
I walked out of a chilled room into like 100-degree room. Like, oh, this must be what it's like to walk near Testaduna today right now.
I have someone that you guys could interact with. Yep. I have them. Someone who you guys could interact with for this, should you choose to. I have exactly the right person for this job. Should you manage to detect them, figure out who they are, etc. Absolutely.
So the paths I see forward are option 1, we try and pitch this to Anwa in a way that Anwa likes, and they decide that they're going to make it happen. Option 2, we find a way to do it on ourselves, because how difficult can it be to dim the light of one of the moons for a particular island? I mean, heck, we caused an entire island to get eaten by a sphere of annihilation. This can't be that hard.
Utherg is much, 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 much bigger than Shalash.
Correct.
I mean, if I had a big enough spear annihilation, I could annihilate it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, technically, Shalash is smaller than the lake that this city is in.
Yeah, Shalash wasn't that big.
So, an island's an island.
Yep.
I mean, Australia's an island, but like,
yeah. So, I'm open to options as to how you guys would like to proceed.
Well, Rose is just chatting with the Holly. He's an Empyrean, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Rose.
Holiel? Yeah.
Yeah, she's just asking like, I've heard you guys are like good with like music and stuff.
From time
Like,
to
all that-
time, yes.
Well, I'm trying to relearn how to play the guitar. Do you mind giving me some gentle pointers and not be too critical? I haven't played in a century.
In a century, it is like a bike. There are only 3 chords to every song.
But yeah, she is going to ask him for help with her learning how to play. Ask for pointers and playing the guitar,
He will teach you the 3 chords for every pop song.
like that song. What are they called? That band on that YouTube video.
Yeah,
Bum, 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 bum. Yeah.
exactly. You can play any
4-chord
song
song.
with 3 chords. Yep.
Interestingly, in Asian cultures, they also have same 4 chords, but it's a different 4 chords.
Right.
I will cast guidance on myself, and I'm assuming he's giving me the help action.
Yep. So,
So,
help action with performance from an angel.
yay.
Technically, you enhance ability as well. So,
And then plus 1 die 4 because I cast guidance on myself.
Yep. So
Yay.
you are able to play the guitar quite well.
Yay.
That's a question. Is this more of the Latin guitar?
Yes, it's Bourbon style guitar. She's remembering the lessons when she was a child. Is how I'm bluffing this.
Okay.
But yeah, that's 3 out of 7. So I will write that down. And while she's doing that, she asks him, "Hey, do you know if it's possible to black out the moon in an area permanently? You're an angel."
He looks at you. Why would one wish to do such a thing?
Politics.
I would not recommend it, considering who our host is.
Fair enough. Just asking. I mean, you're one of those ancient, powerful beings that knows a bunch of stuff. Figured it might as well ask.
Those are powers that I do not wish to have or meddle with.
Fair enough. I really don't know much about it anyways. I was just asking. Figured it didn't hurt. I'll let the smart magic people worry about that stuff.
Okay.
And yeah, that's what she's going to be spending her time doing while they're doing nerd stuff.
Welcome back, Ricard.
Thank you.
The party is at the Endless Pinnacle and doing nerd stuff, trying to figure out a way to shut down the moon, at least in an area. Any ideas?
Oh, it turns
So,
out Ricard
okay.
has a feature that he can just turn off the moon. No, not really. Doesn't have shit.
Okay.
I mean, I could totally see Rose doing a Sailor Moon transformation.
As a question for Ricard, what would you be doing while they're trying to figure this out?
Well, if he hears somebody playing guitar, he's gonna go towards that because he's also a guitar player himself.
Awesome.
You know how to play the guitar?
So
Yeah,
you
he
hear
has
the
flute proficiency.
you hear the dulcet tones of Santana.
Yeah, but too bad I don't have an amp though, so yeah, it doesn't work. Uh,
Like, he's the guitarist I think of when I'm like, Latin guitar.
more Gypsy Kings is how I'm
Oh,
thinking.
Gypsy Kings. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
valid. Yeah.
Cause just it's acoustic, so
That's valid.
but yeah, Rose is just playing the guitar with the Nahaliel, the what is he like 40 feet tall? I'm
30, but
imagining
yeah.
he's just like sitting on a rock, just like giving her pointers.
Yep. Would you
Oh,
I
join
think
them?
Ricardo would kind of like do that thing where he like leans against the doorway and like just kind of listens in and watches, and
It's
and
not
whenever
that. It's sorry. Go ahead.
whenever you finish or whatever, he would like just start clapping. I didn't know you played, Rose.
Well, I used to a long time ago. Before everything happened, I was taking lessons. I mean, I was only a child, and since the Sable Mysteries didn't work out, I figured this might be a way to try to reconnect with my culture.
Well, it's beautiful. I
Thank you.
I leave my guitar at home because it doesn't travel very well. So
Well, that's why I bought this. She actually gestures towards the the haversack. I actually bought this just so I could put this in the store this safely. Yeah, she shows off putting the case in the haversack and it just like disappears.
She's
actually-
showing Ricard her fancy purse.
Yeah, I mean this thing is awesome.
it has
Like
pockets on the inside.
it does. Like honestly, everyone should have one of these. I know Amer has one, but I should have gotten one earlier, to be honest.
Shit, maybe I should get one for myself.
Yeah, I mean you could store anything in here. I mean, what do you carry? I guess a bunch of potions would probably be the best thing for you.
Yeah, I basically just got the belt on me. That's it. I've been traveling light since you guys rescued me.
Oh, I see. Well, yeah. Yeah, I guess you haven't been traveling. We've picked up a lot of crap over the few months. Rose will actually start digging through her bag. Let's see what I got. Vial of acid. She like throws that out. The pillow she uses to trance. She pulls out a book that has a bunch of illustrations that she's drawn. She kind of tosses that to the side. She pulls out a withered, broken finger and like tosses that to the side. And then she starts pulling out some dragon scales, like big dragon scales, like plate-sized. An obsidian one, a shade-colored one, whatever that is, and an emerald one. And then she pulls out all the scrimshaw she's made. Yeah, like it's kind of crazy how you just kind of gather stuff over several months. Yeah, the longer you travel with this, I'm sure your bag will start ending up like this too.
Need a bag first.
I mean, now that I think
I
about it,
did buy a
yeah.
backpack actually.
Do you
It's
have a
not
bag?
magical, yeah.
Oh.
Just got some more potions in there.
Well, I was worried the things would break because how often I humbling around in my regular backpack. I figured putting them in a what is this? Nahalia, what are these things? Like
What things are we talking about?
the space inside the bag?
Oh, the extra dimensional space?
So yeah, putting things in an extra dimensional space I think would keep them safe from getting smashed. Like if you get, I don't know, picked up by a Wendigo and thrown to the ground.
Ricard's just kind of nodding along.
But you play the guitar?
Yeah, I do.
Really? Well, maybe we can play together.
I would love that.
I guess. Well, yours probably disintegrated by now. But I mean, you can get another one.
I have one at home.
All right. Well, next time we go into Karth or go into a city, I'll go with you to buy one. And you can teach me because like I said, I was learning this 100 years ago, so it's difficult trying to remember all the lessons, especially since my hands are bigger than they were back then.
Well, it's been 1,500 years for me, but it was just like a couple weeks for me, really. So it feels like it. So I think I still got it.
Okay. Well, if you want to listen to me play, or at least mangle these chords, she gestures, to the like a little smaller stone next to Nahaliel.
I don't think I'm going to be any use to the nerds inside, so I
No.
would love nothing more than to
Yeah.
sit with you.
Welcome to the Spirits and Fellowship. Yeah, when they get like this, there's not really much we can do.
Yeah, Ricard will just sit by and listen in and give whatever pointers he can.
You know what? I'll do another one. Let's see how well I do. Hey, not bad.
Nice. Very cool. With the 24 performance,
Yeah.
you are not rusty at the guitar at all.
Still not proficient though. Which is funny, because you roll performance for this, right? For this check.
Right.
She has proficiency in performance, but she doesn't have proficiency in the guitar as a
Right.
tool.
Which is, you would get on top of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which is how Aimer had such a ridiculous sleight of hand check when he's going to unlock things.
Oh. I didn't know that was how it worked.
Mm-hmm. It's not rules as written,
Yeah,
but it's rules as functional in Eric's games. Which is
Echo's
why,
enchantments.
enchantment
Yeah,
stuff for
22.
Echo, etc. Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. All right, but yeah, that's, I'll post the song because it's copyright. You don't want to
Yep.
violate that.
Yeah,
I'll post it in
appreciate
the
that.
Discord, what she's playing.
Unless you're going to sing it.
Maybe if I drink a little bit.
Okay.
Let me get my Crown
Oh.
Royal. Hold on.
Just gonna
You
hear
guys do-
Rose's
you guys do your-
amazing singing voice.
You guys do your nerd stuff. Let me just take a swig of this.
Okay, so Ricard
So-
sits there and shows off with a 31 on the guitar.
Oh yeah, you're not bad, but let me just, I'm just gonna do a little something, and he just does like a crazy riff, like.
Eric Clapton.
behind his back.
Yeah, no big
Tap
deal.
Hmm.
So, I guess we're just going to do a long rest here, Eric.
Okay, cool. So as you guys hang out, study, practice some magic, play some sweet tunes, and meditate on your god, in Brennan's case, you guys get the benefits of a long rest. So go ahead and hit that
Yay.
button, and
My
that will
favorite
pass on till dawn the next day. So the next day dawns, and anything you guys have that recharges at dawn would do so now.
Okay, test 2. What's the plan? Surely you have a plan
Okay.
by now.
I've got
You
8
had,
options.
you had 8 hours.
Yeah, and I've got 8 options.
8 options. What the fuck?
That's one option an hour.
Yeah. I have a master's in project management. It's kind of what I do. Okay, so they're grouped into 2 categories: asking Anwa and doing it ourselves. Under asking Anwa, I see 3 options. We could try and pitch it as conserving their light for those who will appreciate it. We can pitch it as have the moon's light travel with the moonstone. Or we can ask it as a favor, which will solve one problem and cause one or more problems.
I like the first 2.
The other other group is that we try to do it ourselves. After all, our goal is to remove the gloam's weakness to the moon in Uthurg. 1, we could track down a lunar sorcerer who might know how such a feat could be accomplished. Because after all, with those who try to influence the moon, some have to have been successful. 2, we try to create something that blocks the light from reaching Uthurg. If, for example, every night in Uthurg is a cloudy night, that may meet our goal. So, something that could create a permanent cloud cover over Uthurg. 3, have the moon itself dim as part of passing over Uthurg, then shine brighter everywhere else. We're not reducing the amount of moonlight, we're just kind of pinching it one place and expanding it elsewhere. That would involve direct manipulation of the moon. 4, instead of dimming the moon, we enhance the power of shadows. Is there a power of shadows we can find for the gloam that would remove their weakness to Alrune, as if we blocked it? I mean, a bright moonlit night is still a night with shadows. And finally, getting into a bit of cosmology here, if the moons themselves glow rather than reflect sunlight, we could put something on the moon itself that will absorb light rather than reflect it for a period of time each day.
What if we just
Okay.
blow up all the moons?
Okay, so I like the first two options, and I like talking to a lunar sorcerer. Would we want to talk to the lunar sorcerer first before we try Anwa, or do we want to try Anwa and then use the lunar sorcerer as a backup plan?
I like anything that puts talking to Anwa last in the list. I got lucky last time.
Okay. Amer, do you have an opinion?
You know, I really don't. I don't much care for Anwa. The Glom kind of intrigued me. I'm more interested about them. Blowing up the moon did seem kind of fun, but I don't think anyone else is going to agree with me on that one.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm just going to sit back and watch the ride, and, you know, maybe...
Okay, so...
Maybe do my own thing a little bit.
To put this out there, thinking like an Amer, we promise to remove their weakness to the moon's light. We didn't say forever. If you promise to warm someone up, you're not promising that they'll never be cold again.
So how about, okay, Rose, how about we get out the Eye of Kydra, we spy on the closest lunar sorcerer to our location and teleport there. What do you think?
Would the closest one happen to be one powerful enough to do what we're thinking of?
That's a good
Perhaps
question.
what we
I
could
mean, I
do
don't-
is do a legend lore of the event of the
or-
greatest lunar sorcerer of the current age invoking their magics.
Yeah, try to get a
or-
name.
or- yeah, we could try to get a name, or you could just scry on the most powerful lunar sorcerer in Tovoa. I don't know, maybe. Yeah.
I think it's
how do we
easier
get
with a
a
name.
name?
Legend lore.
Well, I can only cast Legend Lore with a wish. And if you're going to use the Eye of Hydra, I can only see what you see using a wish. So they're mutually exclusive. We can do one or the other. Does that
Amer,
make
do you,
sense?
you have
Just
like
to
80
add this
scrolls.
to
Do
the
you have a scroll
list.
of legend lore?
No, I don't have a scroll legend lore.
What scrolls do you have?
All of mine go boom.
Most of mine are very low level, to be honest with you. I have some scrolls of counter spells, some scrolls of dispel magic, scroll of restoration, scrolls of shield, scrolls of silvery barbs.
They're hard to make.
Scrolls of glyph of warding. I got some scrolls of locate object. I have some scrolls of non-detection, command, protection from good and evil, sanctuary.
All right.
Pull them out.
Well,
Listing them off.
I don't know. I just
He whips out a book and he's just like,
I just thought it'd be fun to get his name first.
Yeah.
I think
I
it makes
agree.
it easier. It makes it easier on the eye, because like the most powerful lunar sorcerer, like it's
Lunar
kind of
sorcerer
vague.
of this age. It's not going to help us if we dig up the name of someone who died 1,000 years ago.
I could use Legend Lore to do that today, and then we could use the Eye of Kydra tomorrow.
There's no rush.
Oh, hey, here's an idea. We also have someone who knows of powerful ancient magics. We could just ask Amirazi. I know I'm butchering that somehow.
Yeah,
that's pretty close. Yeah.
They might
that was
have
pretty close.
some ideas.
Don't worry. We've pronounced his name like 4 different ways over this entire campaign.
Far more than that.
Yeah.
So-
Well, it took like 3 months to get you guys to stop calling me a turtle. So
I'm just going to call you Eternal. So we, Amer does it though just to piss Testu off.
Yeah, and I keep thinking we're going after Vagardan, but evidently we're going after Vactrix or something like that. what do you call him, Test?
Veradrax.
Veradrax. I had that stuck in my head for
Are we
so long.
we need to tell everybody we're going after Veradrax.
Like, huh? Who? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Never guess.
Okay, Eric.
Yes, sir.
I will cast Legend Lore
Using
again
the wish.
today,
Okay.
using the wish. And I would like to know the name of the most powerful lunar sorcerer of our times.
Okay, that's the statement. All right.
Do you want to specify alive? You know, I'm just gonna throw that one.
I'll give you a
there.
live. I'll give you a live. That's valid.
I mean, to be fair, at this point, if they're dead, that's a minor inconvenience. We can fix that.
Okay, that is a fair point, actually.
Yeah,
Okay,
of the last 150 years.
All right, so you want to know the name. Awesome. And
I would
I'm
ask
going
for a mailing address, but we'll tell ourselves for a name.
Question is Eric making someone up right now, or
No.
does he have somebody?
I have someone.
He's got a name
Interesting.
generator in the background. He's generating.
No. Frankly, this
He
is
is
an
the
established
first thing that
character.
pops up.
This is an established character that I get to pull out and do a little bit of lore reveal tonight, which is going to be really, really cool.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I'm picturing Eric like hits the random name on the hits the button on the random name generator. It pops up Veradrax.
Neverwhirl. How's that first name? Thalia?
Mm-hmm.
Thalia Neverwhirl. Okay, and then we immediately go to sleep so we can wake up. I don't know what else to do.
All right, you guys gain 18 hours of rest. Congratulations, another long rest.
Well, then if we're doing that, Rose will make another performance check.
Okay,
We're gonna keep. doing what she was doing.
of course.
Yeah, Echo is going to work on spells. He's going to work on spellcraft.
Somewhere, Vagradan goes and does stuff.
I know. That's the bad part of downtime.
It is the bad
Bad
part
guys.
of that time.
The bad guys don't take vacations.
Oh, well, depends on your definition of vacation.
That's true.
I guess since we're in the research phase, before he goes to bed, Tessaday will unfortunately have to say goodbye to his buddy and gate him home.
Yep.
Does 20?
Take you on missions, but you don't get to chill off the clock.
Yep. Go ahead.
Does a 20 give me another?
It does. Yes, sir.
All right, I'm at 4 out of 7.
Awesome.
Nice.
And
Yeah, Echo is
then
going to-
the island suffers an earthquake.
What?
That wasn't my fault.
Before you guys go to bed, there's an earthquake right at 8 p.m. on a floating sky island. There's an earthquake.
Yep.
Amer's like,
I think
did I drink too much? Did I not drink enough?
Echo would head to the front gate where Nahalio is,
Sure.
at least so he could get a look outside and see if Nahalio knows what happened.
He's looking off into the distance and is concerned. Something evil has happened. And you guys can take the Wednesday night group for this. They did something this past Wednesday.
Evil has happened. I'm going to immediately confirm the location of Amer.
Unfortunately, this is due to Bryn Gemflower, and I just had to check mark the earthquake happening.
In the distance, so it was in the distance somewhere.
Well,
Yeah,
it wasn't an earthquake because we're floating off the ground.
it
so,
doesn't matter.
So the entire
All
everything,
everywhere quakes across Toivoa.
was it like a 5 or like an 8? on the
No,
Richter scale?
from where you guys are at, it's a good 4.5, 5. Yeah,
I bet it was a wild magic surge.
it was not.
Oh no, he said evil. He said evil.
Yeah. For the record, just as transparency, so you guys don't have to go watch the whole train wreck episode. They went looking for dark lore books because they're working on some stuff as well. And they failed a wisdom saving throw and were forced to read an incantation that summons someone.
Oh,
Can't imagine how that goes. We'd never do something like that, Eric.
God, how could they be so irresponsible?
How could they be
I mean-
so irresponsible?
And say, at least it wasn't us this time. Jeez.
yeah, we get blamed for all that.
So
Yeah.
And, us.
Finally,
Sounds
it's
like
not
that party
our
needs
fault
a
for
cleric.
once.
it's not your fault this time. I just had to, as a lore bit, because the interconnected world across the 7 campaigns, I had to check mark Earthquake happened.
And you know what? They'll still say that I'm worse than they are.
Yep. So, just check mark that. So, it's there if you guys want to explore that lore eventually, but at the moment, you guys are cool.
So,
We have enough problems on our plate.
I know.
I mean, it's crazy how just BBEGs just keep popping up everywhere. It's amazing this planet hasn't been destroyed already, to be honest.
I believe the term you're looking for is competitive eschatology.
Yep. So, I think the manual's completely recharged at this point.
No, it's got one more. I keep rolling tails. I just rolled ahead.
Gotcha.
I've got one more.
Okay. Well, you guys get another long rest. The day passes. The earthquake happened. Next morning, all your spells are restored. You have your 9th level slot once again. What would you guys like to do?
So after breakfast, Echo is going to use Wish right off the bat. That's his MO. He's going to cast telepathy. And that allows him and the group to share communication through senses, seeing and hearing. And then Rose can use the Eye of Kydron, and whatever she sees in the Eye of Kydron, the rest of us will see.
All right, that's the name. All right, she will take.
Yeah, get,
you know what?
get your bags ready, because when she sees it, he's going to teleport, after watching spying on it for a while.
Yeah, Rose will get all her stuff together, and she will. Ooh, I'm running out. This is I'm only down to 2. She will drink a potion of advantage.
Okay.
Just to make sure I don't go catatonic. It's statistically unlikely, but you never know. And she will.
My fingers are.
And I will spend a. Oh wait, no, with advantage. Whoops. Here's the second dice. I forgot I had advantage. All right, so 26.
Okay. You succeed.
All right. Yeah, she touches the. She touches the Eye of Kydron, and there's that familiar feeling of the Eye of Kydron trying to wipe her mind, but the shadows pour out of her arm as she once again conquers it, and she'll just say the name. Where was it? Thalia World. No, wait, where was it? There he is. Thalia Neverwhirl.
All right. And as you cast this, and I'm going to read. All right. And you can do it, and it does not matter what plane they're on. Okay. Sweet. So, I will show Sweet August Rose this. And because you guys are you going to share the vision?
I mean, that's up to Echo. Did he cast the
He
telepathy
did cast
spell?
telepathy.
Yeah. Then, yeah, we're sharing our senses. We're like some sort of weird hive mind organism right now.
All right.
I can picture Testany adding into the link the sensation of him eating a sunflower. And
Cool.
for an herbivore, it's a very different experience than for you omnivores.
So as you cast Scrying upon Thalia Neverwhirl, you see in the distance a dark island with shadows coming off of it.
That looks familiar. Oh God, I recognize the background. Oh no. She has a very nice lake, though.
The other one's equally as nice, you just can't see it.
Prove it.
What is she doing?
You guys give me another $160, I can get another piece of art made. I'm not sure if Bubble will do that, but I could ask.
What is she doing, Eric?
She is currently observing, and she's observing a portal that is being approached by 6 individuals. There's a minotaur,
They're
a dwarf, a very skinny woman. There's a human man with goggles and a shield. There's a tiefling with yellow skin and curved horns. And a halfling with a spear.
I know at least half of those people.
Yeah, I know 2 of them. That
leaving.
that Minotaur is the one who ate that fairy while we were eating at the restaurant.
Yeah, ran to the tiefling in a bar. And then there's Tay.
And that's Tay, yeah. I recognize them.
And she's watching from a distance, from the shadows, as they're approaching a dark, pulsating purple portal.
And they're leaving. Is that right?
They're going towards that portal. Correct.
How long does it take them to get there?
They'll be there in the next 5 seconds.
I'm gonna wait until they're gone.
Okay.
Wait. Echo, don't, wait. That's one of, I don't know who this is, but if I had to guess, that's one of Stell's enemies. This is the Shantara Grove.
They step through the portal.
Like, this may be one of the people that Stella's trying to stop.
Well, if that's the case, why were those people leaving?
I don't know. I mean, I just wary because this may be an enemy. I'm just pointing that out.
She turns and looks at the scrying sensor.
What's up?
Well, that's interesting. I mean, so this is a win-win. Either we get the information we need, or we kill the enemy of a friend, right? Well, I don't know. What do you think?
Sounds like a plan.
She turns to the scrying sensor, which is where you guys are looking from. Goes, hello.
He is very pretty.
Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah, we can't communicate.
You want to go?
Can you make the scrying sensor bounce up and down to like acknowledge it?
No, unfortunately, it doesn't move.
Amber's like, "Sup, girl? How's it going?"
I'm just pointing out, she may be trying to kill Stell, and I'll take Stell over this lady any day.
I agree. You want to go talk to her?
Yeah, let's go talk to her.
All right. Echo will cast teleport.
Also, are her fingers like supposed to be like extra like Slender Man long like that?
Yes.
Okay, just.
She's not human.
I mean, I like her already.
Let's go.
Terrible.
As you guys appear here, it's unnaturally dark.
Yep.
You guys are standing on soft, moldy dirt. This is the edge of a bog. She looks at you guys. Well, I suppose you're the ones who were spying on me.
Spying is such a negative connotation.
Naughty,
Yeah,
naughty.
I think Tessaday is going to go full brave mode as he steps forward with a thaumaturgy on his throat and says, Thalia Neverwhirl, one whose magics draw power from lunar radiance. You are called to serve in the name of Anwa. Your expertise is required in the retrieval of a moonstone, and your service will be rewarded.
Rose just kind of face palms. Yeah.
Echo's doing the same thing. He kind of hangs his head and shaking a little bit.
What did they say? Speaks with snowflakes?
She laughs at you, and she can't keep all the wine in her goblet, and she almost doubles over in laughter. I have not heard such a frivolous and hilarious concept in decades. My goodness, who are you? I need to have you booked for my next party.
No, you really don't. You really don't want that. I promise you, lady.
I
promise.
I am, to my misfortune, the High Cleric of Anwa.
Oh dear. Really? How delightful to finally meet you, Tester today.
Well, I wish I had known about you earlier. You certainly seem the kind of person that I should know about, but our clerical services have been left wanting as of late.
Oh, I keep a low profile. After all, the hag and myself don't exactly get along.
Are we talking about an actual hag or?
No, I think she's talking about a god.
Yeah, no, Amer's just being like.
He's
I
being
wanna know
intentionally
whether-
dense.
Well,
Oh,
fortunately,
yeah.
they aren't in hag mode right now, but
No,
they
no,
are
no,
headed
Onward's
towards
always
grow
in hag
and
mode.
That's the one I can't deal with.
Amer, I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Are you about to get punished, Amer?
Probably.
Oh, pretty good.
Dummy mommy.
Amer, you feel yourself being pulled away from the party. Physically dragged across the ground, leaving trails.
Listen. If you wanted me that bad, you could just ask. You
Not
know?
towards her.
Oh.
Away from her and away from the party, towards a bridge that heads towards the fog.
Do we see this happening?
You absolutely do.
Hey, lady,
Yeah.
what's on the other side of the bridge? Just,
Rose is gonna-
asking for a friend.
Rose is gonna try to stop that.
The town
Yeah,
of
Ricard's gonna run after him
Bilgewater,
and try to help as
you'll
well.
be fine. It's interesting, though, that you would be running away.
I'm not by choice.
Oh,
Something's pulling me. Oh God.
Oh, well.
Usually it's
I
just
mean,
the ladies who do
thought-
this.
I thought you just had a preemptive restraining order against him. I thought this was you.
no, that sort of thing happens here in the Fey Realms.
Oh God, I hate it here. Why'd you bring me back here?
I told you it was a Shantara Grove.
Yeah, I didn't expect Echo to teleport us straight into here. You know.
Well,
Like, is like Rose and Rickard are like trying to grab him. Are like we being dragged along with him?
You are currently being dragged along. Can I get your athletics checks?
Can I roll acrobatic? I guess not, because this is pure strength. I suppose.
Yeah, this is straight strength.
You know, there's nothing to leverage.
Right.
This is not very good. Hey, I didn't roll bad.
Okay, Ricard, can I get your athletics check to hold on to Amer?
This is much better than my roll.
All right, you guys managed to hold Amer firmly. Amer, you feel what feels like giant fingers pulling at your chest, trying to stretch your arms and pull you away from the party. You know who this is.
Echo will cast dispel magic on whatever effect that is.
You're gonna cast a spell magic? Awesome. I need you to go ahead and roll your charisma, I believe it is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I'll cast this at the 5th level.
Okay. You're looking for 17.
17, so. I should
Charisma
have-
check 17, please.
I should have a +2 to this. Oh, good grief.
Oh,
going to
goodness.
use a sorcery point
Yes,
to
sir.
roll that.
Okay. As he's moved another 6 feet. All right. With an 18,
It's a
sir.
20. It's a 20 total.
20. Awesome. Amer, the effect fades for now. You know what would happen if you stay here too much
Walks
longer.
up and is just gonna put a claw on Amer's shoulder and says, "I gotcha," and he's gonna cast freedom of movement on him.
Okay.
I don't think that's gonna stop an archfey. I mean, I'm not complaining, but I'm kind of you know, we're fine in the Shellian, but out here,
You've pissed off one of the Archfey? Oh, do tell. I'd love to hear about it.
you know, me and Kelchers don't exactly see eye to eye.
Oh, dear. Well, you've really stepped in it. Well,
that's his
while at
middle
least
name.
entertaining a conversation, I do have things to do.
Well, yeah, I turn to the others and I just say to the like, let's get to the point. I don't think we can stay here
Yeah.
very long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Simply
if I
put,
stay
we
here much
used our-
longer, I'm gonna blow up the swamp.
We used our scrying to find the most powerful lunar sorcerer of our time, and of course, that wound up being you.
Well,
As after all, we
thank
are in
you.
need of someone who has the expertise and the mindset to accomplish a task that might be unthinkable to a cleric of Anwa.
Indeed. What would that be?
We need to find a way to remove the moon's power over a certain people of Uthurg. They are exposed by the moonlight and have access to a moonstone that they will release should we provide this. We have
think I
many
can be of
options.
service.
Oh, yes.
He's a fae. Don't say anything stupid.
What's in it for me?
Well, that's the problem. We're dealing with Garadon. Damn, what was the big mile-long scaly lizard fuck?
Baggerdan.
Baggerdan.
Baggerdan, fuck me.
Veridrax.
The callback.
Well, we are dealing with Baggerdan, and this is one step on the journey. What might I
Ooh.
ask do you seek?
Are you for Baggerdan or counter to him?
We are counter to him. He has stirred things up a bit beyond what is acceptable.
And if I help you, you'll kill him.
That is the plan.
Fair enough.
We have the tools, we have the tactics. We're just looking for the right time.
It sounds like a
Temperament.
deal. Do we have an arrangement? I'll help you darken the moon. Around where?
Uthurg.
No
North
problem.
of Malaja Rock.
I'm sorry, repeat that?
Yeah, north of Malaja Rock. Like, we don't want to do it to the whole island, just the
Oh, that's
area where
fine. Absolutely fine. Now, we can absolutely do that. So, north of Malaja Rock in Uthurg. No problem. And in exchange, you'll kill Baggerdan.
I think that's what they're saying.
Yes, we will ensure that we slay Baggerdan. I prefer slay to kill, because after all, kill is something that can be undone.
True. It's
No.
so inconvenient.
Don't promise more than we can deliver. People killed him before.
Well, perhaps this time it'll take. So, are we agreed? In exchange for at least one death of Baggerdan, I will darken the moon around Uthurg, north of Malaja Rock.
You might want to specify some times here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Here's
I'll
what
do
you
so
will
as
say.
quickly as possible. Would you give me 3 days?
For how long?
For as long as you'd like. How long would you like the moon to remain dark for?
Ooh, that is a very good thing. We could put a limiter on it to ensure that the Gloam do not abuse their newfound ability to hide in Uthurg.
Oh,
Also
the
keep in
gloam? Not a problem. What we'll do is I'll just go ahead and hold it there until we agree to remove it. Does that sound fair? I'm always open to negotiations to remove the effects.
Yes, and by we, I'd like it to be my position title, High Cleric of Anwa, in case I am no longer in the mortal realm or have retired. Or
Agreed.
hopefully the second one.
Agreed. The negotiations will be with the High Cleric of Anwa.
Oh, fantastic. The last High Cleric of Anwa left this kind of shit for me. I'm leaving it for the next one. Precedent.
Excellent. And she reaches out a hand for a very dainty handshake.
You know, Tessa Dinade will accept the handshake.
Awesome. As you do so, swirls and dark vines of energy crawl down her arm, cross her hand, your arm, and up to your shoulder, where they then fade. Well, we have a deal. A delightful time. I need to get to work. Pardon me. And she will disappear.
And we've got a Star Shatterer to sharpen.
Can we get the hell out of here, please? I'm not.
Why do
yeah.
I not feel good about this? something.
Oh, you
something
shouldn't.
that's Not,
Welcome to how I feel dealing with you folks every day.
Well, I mean, you just dealt with a very strong Fey creature, so there's a reason why I didn't do a lot of that. Because
If I if I had to guess, she's gonna extend the reach of Shantara Grove over the northern part of Uthric somehow.
And that's a problem, but not for us. So we're fine.
No, that's a huge problem for us.
It's a huge problem for everyone, but to be fair, well, we'll see.
They asked for it.
They didn't say how, but they might be angry.
I don't particularly care about Uthurg very much. And by the time they're done training me, whenever they're going to train me, they'll be fine.
Well,
Thanks, guys, for writing another campaign for me.
I like those elves though. Those are cool. They're kind of like the opposite of drow.
Yeah,
elves.
maybe they will fight against the forces of Shantara Grove. Yeah, they'll keep each other busy.
They did offer to slay Vagradan, so it's like, hey, when it comes down to the final strike team, we might have an extra member, someone from them.
Yeah, but she was Just for future reference, when a Fae is that eager to make a deal with you, you should probably bargain.
Let's put it this way: Testadene is an Onwa cleric. He is just gonna go with the flow, dude.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I will keep that in mind.
Because right now Onwa's rational, but Onwa is currently in the transition phase between the hag and the dude bro.
All right. Go with the flow. I will remember that.
Period.
And just remember that Anwa's nephew is trying to drag me, deeper into this place. So,
by the way, how are you feeling about? Well, we'll talk about that. Let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I'm not feeling great. I mean, if we were in a Shellian, I'd be fine, but not here.
So we'll head. We'll all gather together, and we will head back to the Endless Pinnacle.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Now we gotta wait 3 days for her to do her magic.
Yep. All right. Bam.
And that's 8th level.
All right.
Wait.
Technically, we're using plane shift here, but for story purposes, I'm allowing that to slide this time.
Yeah. When you told us where we were, I was like, how did I get there?
Yeah. For story purposes, she's not on the material plane at the moment, but I'm not going to screw you guys over and say, hey, they're not available.
Yeah, for sure.
Because otherwise, we could get technical and say, well, we did ask for the most powerful lunar sorcerer of our realm.
Right. And so technically she is. So
it's the Fae.
Yeah.
You don't get to go, well, technically, when it comes to the Fae realm, because the well technically is you're not going to end well in that situation.
Echo?
Yeah, so I think we're just going to spend 3 days at the Endless Pinnacle, passing time until we can go. And I think we wait 4 days so they get to experience the moon.
Okay.
And then we go see what they have to say about it.
Yeah, I'm just really concerned. We just tore open a permanent portal between the Prime Material and Shantara Grove in Uthric.
Possibly.
I mean, she could have done that on her own, to be fair.
Well, could she? I mean, with a deal, like that's how Fae work, right? They're bound by a lot of rules unless they make a deal.
I mean,
and they have to fulfill that deal. That's why she was so eager to make the bargain.
But you gotta remember, she still had to have the power to do it to begin with. So you gotta look at, she may have even more reason to do it now. And again, it also binds it far, far more than it would have been if she'd just done it. But at the same time, she also said that a high cleric of Onwa could end it. And there might actually... Is there more than one high cleric of Onwa?
No, the high cleric.
The high cleric. So, technically, it is still only temporary. By her own wording.
And besides, it was a frozen wasteland before, and now it's a frozen dark wasteland. Not that much of a difference.
I don't particularly care about Uthurg as much as the Shantara Grove in general.
Spreading its influence, yeah.
Yeah.
So can I get a history check from Testudinidae?
Sure.
Yeah, you can help. Absolutely.
He is going to rub his head for guidance.
Okay.
As he's, thinking what am I forgetting about here?
Awesome, a 20.
Wow.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So
double dirty 20.
Yeah. So Testudinidae. People on the material plane are not actually scared of the dark. What they're scared of is that the Shintaran Grove might leak through in their room when the sun's not shining. The shadow creatures that live there are terrible and are the things of nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
The woman that you just made a deal with is a lunar sorcerer who specializes in the dark side of the moon. Cue Pink Floyd.
Yeah, great album. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And is considered by some to be the nemesis of various parties. And
That's
she's,
awesome.
she's just made a deal with you to open a way to darken the moon in Uthurg.
Also,
Yeah.
like outside of the repercussions for everyone else, I'm also kind of worried about Testu because he literally just kind of backstabbed his own god. How is Anwa going to react?
Oh,
to
we're
you
going to
doing
find out.
Yeah, but hey, she's like I said, Anwa's big on the what, not the how. So long as he gets the moonstone.
Well, I guess I'm very curious.
I'm
what to
kind of hoping.
what I-
I'm kind of hoping they say no now.
Yeah, no, yeah. Rose is
I really wanted to liberate the castle.
yeah. Rose is very curious about what happens to a cleric when they really piss off
So-
their god. So we'll see.
Yeah,
Well,
I
tempted
guess he
to make-
tested to be like, oh no, am I fired to get to go have a wife and child in a normal life? Oh, say it isn't so.
Aimer would have been a lot more interesting to make the deal, being that, since he has still the power of an archfey with his deal, that'd have been fun.
So yeah. So let's. I don't know if we can montage this or not.
Sure,
but
we
we
can
wait
absolutely
4
montage
days.
3 days.
I am absolutely going to spend that time practicing. So might as well do it.
Yeah. Yeah, Echo's gonna
One.
research and practice his spellcraft.
Okay.
So I think Testadene has 2 Fey deals on him now, doesn't he? He has
Yes.
one with Neverwhirl, and I'm trying to dig in my notes. What was the other guy's name?
I rerolled it.
Zoran Keltris, I believe,
Zoram Kelchis. There it is.
which is the person for out of character that was just dragging Aimer away.
Yeah, so he has a deal with Testadene for the fall of Bourbon.
Correct.
Come on. And then again.
So what's the worst that could happen?
So it's always interesting part too of, was Zoran trying to keep Aimer out of the Shintaro Grove or pull Aimer back? So he's up in the next 3 days pondering that as he's wandering around the Endless Pinnacle. Because
Okay.
he's thinking to himself, maybe he's afraid of the Shintaro Grove gaining the piece of power that he has of Zoran, considering he's, basically manifested part of his power. Or he could just want that power back. So that's what he's pondering.
Sure. Let's get
Going
an
back
insight
and forth.
check. And you get 3 of these, sir, because you're spending 3 days.
Yeah, he's wandering. And he's not even talking to anyone about it. He's just like weirdly, mopily wandering around the Endless Pinnacle.
Man, I'm worried about him.
Let's see. And then hold on. Is that 2? I'm not gonna do anything special with
Sure.
this.
As 3 days pass and Vagridan is active.
Oh, there's natty 20
Awesome. Cool. So Aimer.
on the 3rd day.
Yep, 3rd day. Just before it all goes off that you guys are going to be active. Your insight into the thought processes of Zoran Keltris. You're right. On all points. He doesn't want you in Shintara. He doesn't want his power going there. And it was an opportunity to reclaim you. It was going to drag you back to Zoran Keltris should your friends have failed to grab you and stop you.
I would teleport it out a few times, but yeah, I would have made him work for it.
Right, you would have made him work for it, and it would have been a bitch to do, but until the Dispel Magic went off, you were going to be going to visit Zoran Keltris just now.
Mm-hmm. And don't worry, he has a plan in case emergencies for that.
I hope so. Because the next time you go to the Fey Realms, Zoran's going to know, and it's going to be stronger next time.
That's why I said I only want to go to a Shellian. I don't think he's gonna try a whole lot with the Tanya there, but
No.
you know, like that's why he's like, why are we in a Shellian? But yeah, no. Out of characterly, Amer's building a giant bomb.
Oh, I totally expect him to.
That's why he kept the pieces of the of that worm, the hot ones.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a jug, a barrel of
all my
300
idea.
Fey liquor. This is but you know, I was already working on this one, and all the beads of fireball and all dragon breath grenades. Like, if worst comes to worst, he is just going to seppuku himself and take Zoran out with him.
Oh, which is going to be
I'm
awesome.
picturing an explosion so powerful that the universe glitches out and it reverts all the way back to second edition, and you're having to figure out your Thaco to hit him.
The Feywild's back to second.
Don't make me do it. All right.
Well, while Amer's moping around,
Sure.
Rose, I guess probably on the third day before we're getting ready, Rose will actually go talk to him. Well, she'll try to find him. Is he trying to hide, or is he just walking around?
He's aimlessly walking. He's probably gone through the entire Endless Pinnacle, like the inside of it.
Sure.
And a fair bit of the outside. Like, he's literally spending 20 hours a day walking around.
It's a massive place.
Yeah, she'll approach him and just ask, Amer, are you all right?
Oh, no, I'm fine. I'm trying to figure out everything. Yes, everything is the right answer.
That's the journey of a lifetime. But you're just uncharacteristically mopey.
Well, you see, a lifetime's an interesting thing, Rose. That involves technically you having a life, which I do not know if I technically have or not.
That must be very troubling to you.
It puts a number of things into perspective I hadn't considered previous to this. Also, it makes me wonder how spiteful I really want to get here. Do I really want to stay wandering around doing this? Or do I want to do something just to piss him off for making me exist for these 200 years?
Does it trouble you that you may be a dream of Peltris, and as opposed to what you thought you were?
It puts a wrench in my plans, you know? Like, my own wanting to exist in general.
I can understand that. But, I mean, really, does it change that much? You're still you.
I'm still me, yes. You're not wrong, but I'm also not me. I'm like a fragment, if you will.
Well, separation is an illusion.
Huh? I mean, if it was really an illusion, I'd be an archfey in front of you, and I'd be doing archfey things. I don't actually know what he does. But I've been pondering why he was pulling me back. I know he wants either to use me as a fragment of his power or to reabsorb me. I'm not really sure which. Give me both. You know, it's hard to say with him. But it also seems like he doesn't want me to go to the Shintara Grove, which means he even might be afraid of some of the things in there. And I kind of thought he was working with them. So it makes me very, very curious there. Like, I wonder how he's gonna feel when I jump in front of Agradan. Like, is he just gonna wet himself right there? You know, like, is it gonna force him to come and help to keep what could be a very I don't know how much power he has, but I'm guessing I'm a decent chunk of his power to keep that from vanishing. What happens if I just launch myself into Vagradan's mouth where I'm utterly obliterated?
Well, you have died several times.
But I have not been utterly obliterated.
She considers that and shrugs. Zoran is the Archfey of Nightmares, correct?
Yes.
So he creates nightmares. Like, that's his job.
Well, to a degree. He sees dreams, he influences them, and it seems like from talking with Ricard that he may not even do this consciously. Because it seems like, and this is what I'm putting together in my last few days here,
maybe even as an Archfairy of Nightmares, you can have nightmares of your own.
That's actually what I was about to get at, because sure, you may be a dream conjured by Keltris, but what if you're Zoran's nightmare?
And that's I was thinking, if I like this, I'm going to truly be his nightmare. That's why I wanted to do the Feywild. Blowing him up, blowing up his swamp, that's not enough. No. I want him to really suffer for this.
That certainly would explain his behavior. He's all the bravado, all the posturing. It's because he may be terrified of you.
I mean, he may be. He's also, the times we've run into him as well have not been the most ideal for him either. Like, what is he going to do? Admit to Anwa that, a fragment of his own power is there that he can't do anything about? Like, that's not exactly going to make him look good.
No, it's not. Well, I really can't speak as to what you should or shouldn't do in this situation, but I have your back, Aimer.
I appreciate that. I have a plan, or 2, or 5. I mean, it really depends how things go. Blowing myself up isn't exactly my my main plan. It's just a backup one, But I do have a couple other ideas, which is part of the reason I wanted this money, because I'm gonna need money for my ideas.
Oh, I understand completely. I mean,
not as much as you. You need like an army and stuff like that. I just need a little bit of preparation and something that may not exist. I'm gonna have to find out on that one.
Huh. No, you may not need to resort to the bomb thing. It's surprising, even how often or how many problems a sharp piece of magical steel solve, even archfey kind of problems.
You're not wrong. That's why I have this. He also taps one of the katanas on his side, which is his face layer. I mean, I literally have a sword just to fight him.
Okay.
But that's, what happens if we kill him?
Will people stop having nightmares?
Will I fade from existence because I'm part of his power?
Or what if you eat him?
I could possibly, because that's a possibility too. Me, Archfey of Nightmares? That's not really my bag. Now, if he was an Archfey of Chaos, we could talk. I don't really know if they can change what they are or they manifest, But the bomb thing is my last resort. I don't really have a choice. I'm just going to do everything I can to not give him a happy ending.
All right. Well, it's good to know. I just wanted to make sure that you were okay. It was kind of strange to see you walking around.
You know how hard it is to try to figure out the plans of an Archfey? Some people here will just walk around and make deals with the Fae and whatnot. Now, I may talk a lot. I have a lot of bravado as well. I say a lot of things. I don't show a lot of fear in what I offer up. But, after dealing so much time there, I'm very skeptical.
Yes.
You're right, and no one makes a deal that fast. Even I. And I've made, 2 deals, I think? 2.
I'm worried we may have created a bigger problem than the one we solved, but well, we didn't put our name to that deal. That was all Testu, so.
See, I was pondering though, what happens if I had put my name to that deal? Given, I guess I create Fae packs as well. And
That's actually a good point. Can you make Fae packs?
You have remembered you seeing him make one with Lucian Stain.
Oh, that's right, he did. Yeah.
And so, now normally, as an Eladrin, I shouldn't be able to do this.
But you're not Eladrin.
I'm not an Eladrin. Well, who knows? But I'm something. So, the power of that pact could have been astronomical.
Well, isn't it literally astronomical? It's changing the moon.
Well, more so. Think you have Tetsu's power, if you have the power of an Archfey making that as well. The power of the people making the bond, and the depth of the of the pact are the two things that power it the most. Some little pixie making a pact with a peasant. I mean, yeah, the peasant's gonna be immensely uncomfortable and probably have bad things happen, but it's not gonna be anything that crazy comparatively of an archfey making a deal.
A high cleric and an archfey, yeah.
Yeah. So
Well,
again, I don't particularly care. Like the Gloam don't mean a lot to me. I mean, I'm interested to learn from them a little bit, but like if they all died, women, children, and I'm like, oh, do you think that's gonna phase me at all?
well, that's not what I'm concerned about. What I'm concerned about is Stell.
I forgot about her.
She's so cute. How could you forget about her?
I've been caught up in my own head.
She's adorable.
You're not wrong, but like I'm kind of pondering my existence here.
Maybe I should contact her, but we'll see. Well, first let's see what the damage is. I think Echo is getting ready to cast a teleportation spell. I was actually coming to get you.
All right, let me go get my. Hold on. Amer lifts his arms and points his finger and predges himself a few times.
Mm-hmm.
All right, he's like, all right, let me get my cold weather clothes and I'll meet you downstairs.
Oh. And during the week, Testadene would have been occasionally scrying Uthurg to see how it's going.
Okay. And as you cast scrying, you're doing this at night?
Yes.
Okay. The first night, no change. Second night, no change. Third night, you can't see.
Alrighty.
Well, let's go. Let's see what the butcher. I believe the term is. Let's see what the butcher's bill is.
I think a more appropriate term is let's go find out how the sausage has been made.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, Echo Rex, are you teleporting the party? If so, to where? Do you lose Echo?
Echo.
He's got his mic muted. There he is.
Sorry, I was on mute. No, I was on mute. So we've got a piece of the ruins
Yes, sir.
that were in the snow there where we met the leaders.
Cool.
And that's what I'm going to use to cast teleportation.
Before we teleport, yeah. Well,
Yeah, we'll go during the day. Yeah, we'll go during the day for sure.
before we teleport, Rose is going to do her peace bond on everybody, just in case we get jumped by a bunch of shadow creatures or something. So peace bond, and you know what? She'll also bless everyone just in case, right before we leave, like right before the spell is cast.
Okay. Sweet.
So you all have plus 2d4 to your saves in case we get hit by some whammy.
And Testadene will do the usual aid 9 and aid 5.
15. No, 20. All right.
Yeah, 20 for Brennan, Rose, and Echo. 40 for Testadene, Ricard, and Amer.
Yeah, from Brennan just bursting to do something active.
Yeah. Amer casts protection from good and evil on himself and makes himself invisible. Beats the holding hands.
Okay.
You know what? I'll activate the Fiend Shard as well. Why not? Let's just see if it blows up in my face right now.
Sure.
Do it.
As you guys are all together, perfect.
Well, I'm... Yeah.
Hey, you didn't say you were walking away.
Well, it doesn't literally explode. It just hurts me. So 5 is
You're fine.
got it. It's hard to read the. Okay. Acid is 1, cold is 2, lightning is 3, psychic is 4. Radiant. Oh, I got radiant again.
Nice.
Crit immunity is 1. That's the one that makes it tricky.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, crit immunity. So 1. So acid, cold. That's 3, 4. Psychic now.
Cool.
All right. So let's go.
All right. So, Echo, you teleporting them?
Yes,
All right.
we're off.
You teleport back to where you were.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh,
Yeah.
wrong button. All right, there we go. So, as you guys arrive The snow is pretty deep still. It's been 3 days, and it's snowed since the last time you were here. The snow around Testudinidae begins to melt.
I'm never taking that thing off.
Gamer walks away.
Yeah, Rose walks away as well.
Yeah, I just like in disgust, like, ah.
They said we could
The
approach the
moment
castle.
you guys arrive, the first woman appears. You've done as you stated.
Yes.
Fine. We will abide by the pact in spite of the true consequences of your actions.
Can you elaborate?
Interesting.
I could.
Elaborate, please.
The snows are now filled with darkness. The shadows crawl throughout all of Uthurg. We have managed to form a foothold here. Here's your stone. Take it. When you are ready to attack Vagradan, I am instructed to send allies to assist you. Call for us. Should we still live, we will send an envoy.
So is this all of Uthurg?
There's a
Rose
line
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well,
just outside the city, Malaja Rock. 10 feet outside the city, there's a line where the moon shines.
ooh, I made a good thing. I made a safe spot for everybody.
That was a smart one.
Oh man, I made a town rest point. Thank God.
All the north of that is dark at night. Thank you. We can now act with impunity.
How strong are the beasts in the shadows?
Very strong. The Wendigos have multiplied. The Yeti are all but decimated already.
I don't care about them.
And the shadow
Your
horrors will protect the castle from any intruders. You have bolstered the defenses of our city beyond anything that we could have ever imagined. Well done.
People will leave you alone. Yeah. Are all the Wendigos as big as the one we killed?
Which one did you kill?
But the big one.
The big one, the one that Zuthurg was, concerned about.
Oh, that one?
It's
Yes.
the one cursed with greed.
That one
The one
was
that was
very
about, like,
large.
2 mammoths wide, 4 mammoths tall.
That was very large. They're not nearly as big, but
Yeah.
soon will be should they
Yeah.
manage to infiltrate past the barrier.
Well.
Our city is protected. Take your stone. Our defenses are greater now than they have ever been. Take it and go. We do not wish to anger the gods.
Very
Yeah.
well.
Thank you.
And perhaps now that you see the benefits of working with those of Anwa, you may come in time that you don't hate them so much.
We do not hate you. We simply do not wish to serve.
I like them, honestly.
Yeah, no, they're cool. Is there a quick way to get? How do we get in touch with them when we get to Vagradan?
Probably
Return
just
here.
come here.
Return it. I suppose
Ask
we'll
the
have to give them
question.
heads up. Yeah.
You guys know that there are spells that can work. You just need to know one small bit of information in order to make those spells work.
Their
Like
name, right?
sending.
Yeah. Yeah. What's your leader's name so we can contact her?
Her leader's name. Let me grab that for you here. The leaders' names are Galira Arafaren, Rotrin Driftwall, and Connor Sliverslane.
I bet the fat one that's the fat one.
No, Sliverslane's the skinny guy.
Oh, the hands.
Driftwall is the big dude.
Are you sure it's not Rotrin Santa Driftwall?
No. Nice try.
He looks like Santa, okay?
He looks like the guy that married me and my wife at the courthouse in Omaha. Just saying.
Let me put those in my notes.
What is our plan here then now?
So test it in a day. Where do we need to go? I mean,
Yeah, where do we
you've got
take?
I'd say that we're here. I think. Thank you for your time. I have some very flowery, some very snowflakey things I have to go say. Let's word of recall back to Anwa's temple.
Okay.
Hold on a minute. Amer's like, well, how long are you guys going to be gone for, out of curiosity?
Well, Tessadinity is going to be gone for a session.
That's what I'm more saying. Like, if you're just going to do temple stuff with Anwa, Amer's not going to care, and he's going to volunteer to go work with the Gloam for a little while, get some training in. Well, you guys do temple stuff.
Well,
How long's your?
what is actually Testu gonna do with that thing? Is he gonna bless it and consecrate it and
That's what I'm saying. If it's
All
not,
of
if
the
it's
above.
take like a week to create some temple or something like that, Amer is just gonna be like, I'm gonna go do something productive. If it's gonna be like 4 hours, Amer's like, I guess I'll come along.
So, okay, this is interesting, Eric.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I would imagine that Testudinide is going to be in the temple doing his thing all
Right.
next session.
Correct.
Uh,
So
We're
he's
gonna
going to
just
be AOL. Sorry, not AOL, but AWOL. AWOL. For a
It
while.
used to be AOL.
Yeah.
we can
what
have
are
our
we going
tales
to do
of
while he's doing? What are we
can have
going
our-
to do while he's doing that?
Tales of
Yeah.
Bossing Say episode?
Yeah. Everything evil that you guys want to do, or we can do a one shot next week, and that's up to you guys.
I mean, we could.
Everything.
I would just need to know by by Thursday. I would need to know so I can get
Everything
the thing.
evil. What do you mean by everything evil?
Oh, there's no. I mean, so Ricard still has a reasonable moral compass as well, so we can't just run around doing anything too terrible,
Right.
because he would have a problem with that, and then we wouldn't want to upset our friend to their face. Amer would do terrible things behind all of your guys' back and not feel bad about it
Yeah.
until you guys found out. Then he might feel a little bad.
Yeah, because you guys have a lot of other plot threads that you can dive into to resolve.
We got a lot of
Karth is
fun stuff.
still, there's still a lot of stuff in Karth. There's, the
There's tons of things available to you
there's
guys.
Bourbon.
Yeah. You guys
Like,
don't need
I'm
test
cool with
you.
Yeah.
You won't need tester next week as far as resolution of divine intervention stuff, most likely.
We'll attack Vagradan tomorrow.
Okay. All right. So what
Next
we'll
week.
do is we will go ahead and end it here right after she reveals her name to you guys. Because she has respect for you because you earned it. And her name is Rena Crizeros.
Oh, I thought they were sisters. Or is she married?
They're not sisters by blood. They're sisters by being Gloam.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah. It's the
Oh,
royal sisters.
Well, let's montage some of this. I think,
Sure.
or consider if Amer wants to go with them to study, disappearing magic or disappearing
Yeah.
skills. I mean, I imagine he's going to be gone for like a week. We don't want to split the party next week for our next week's session.
Right.
I mean, here's the thing, though. At the same time with that, I can also throw together a quick burner character if we're going to do some adventure or something like that. It could be some random Karth guard who goes to defend Ricard or some.
Do you guys want to do a quick one shot? We can do a historical one shot next week if you guys want. That's easy.
Yeah. Or I can make a burner character for whatever we're doing, or we can just pretend that a week passed. Like I don't
Up to you guys.
Yeah, you got it.
I've never really
the
been
1
that
week time
interested
is
in
just, I
one-shots.
Okay.
won't be here next session.
Then we won't do the one shot. What we'll do is we'll come back next week and we'll cover this. Joe will create a burner character just in case we don't let the time pass.
Yeah, it's something like that. I'm fine with that. But Amer's really interested in
Yep.
learning about, he's kind of fascinated in their blunt personalities and their skills. So since I offered it to him, he's like, all right, I'm going to come with you. Plus, he's kind of pissed off about the Shatara Grove thing, so he's going to go, play some random shadow things to try to attack and whatnot. And,
Absolutely.
anything
You got
serious
you
for a
have
while.
you have what is called a target-rich environment.
Indeed. All right, guys. Then we'll come back next week and we'll resolve a whole lot of stories.
Bro.
Awesome.
No. No.
Yes, Echo.
So Rose, what do you think? I mean, let's talk about what we want to do so we get it on paper.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Do we have any
Group
any
plans?
idea where we want to go next? What we can do with 5 of us instead of 6?
Well, we've actually solved a lot of our objectives. Amarazi's lair. We've done that. We've done that. Actually, if I'm looking at our group plans, top secret, don't look. We've actually accomplished like all of those.
Yeah.
It's
I
getting
mean,
to that
really,
time,
the
guys.
bosses.
Yeah.
We're getting to the point where we're getting ready to attack the bosses.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys need to do recon on the bosses next week.
No, I'm literally doing that with my shadow. Like that is why she is in Barbon.
So we're going to, if you guys are cool with it, that's what I'm going to prep for you guys next week. Is the recon on Vagradan, the recon on the Cervantes, etc. You guys cool with that?
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Aimer's training for that especially, and also the high for Archon.
Understood.
But it's end game. He needs to be serious too.
Understood. You cool with that, Echo?
Yeah, I'm just wondering what that looks like. I mean, are we going to be doing library work, or do we need to go to certain cities?
Oh, we're going to have visits to certain cities. We will have some lore done. You guys can do some legend lore and that kind of thing. We're gonna.
Yeah.
It's going to mostly be RP next week.
There is several things that Rose wants. Like there's she needs to talk to a bunch of people. There are a couple. She may want to switch out her magic items a little bit, so she may go visit Judith. She needs to talk to Mr. Verm. She needs to actually, now that she has those that legend lore thing, she might try to find one of those ward stones that's loose, or like hopefully one that's they can steal, so we can penetrate those magic defenses. Like there's a lot of stuff she needs to do. So yeah, I have plenty of things that I need to do on my end, like nitpicky stuff to make sure we don't all die when we assault the castle. Like I need to actually start making a plan. I need to start scoping out the castle. Like there's a lot.
Yeah, we didn't actually make any money on this trip.
No, we didn't.
You guys got a lot of materials that you guys can still sell off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It ain't no 120,000, but
no.
Yeah, we can try. Yeah.
Yeah, but Amer's got something better. He gets to study with them.
Yeah. So.
Got allies.
We'll see.
Yeah,
There's some fun stuff coming. Allies
They
are
were
valuable.
Confident they could kill Vagradan. Yeah, just give us a sword. We'll do it. It's like that's the kind of allies we need for something like this.
Maybe Aimer's held down. He'll meet some nice Dommy Snow Wife, and you'd be like, you guys can sell this on your own. I'm out.
Understood. There's a chance for that. Awesome.
Romance. Miss Angry Eyebrows.
Miss Angry Eyebrows, Rena. I don't think Rena would have Aimer just because he's too flippant.
He's not serious enough.
Yeah.
No. I mean, what do you guys see? No.
No. All right, guys. Well, we're going to end there for tonight, and we will come back next week for the next episode of the Spirits End Fellowship.